We are live once again, the SS Podcast. I'm Connor Somerville.
I'm Aiden Silliphant.
And we're back after a 1-2 month hiatus.
Yeah.
A while since we last recorded one of these.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I know a lot of our fans, they wanted us to do one in the summer, and here we go. Raptors' big win, so we got to talk about that for sure. We got a lot of stuff, since our last show. There's been a lot of news, breaking news, big news in Toronto, so we got to talk about it.
Yeah, we got to get to basketball. We want to talk a little bit of TFC because they play tonight, which should be an absolute massacre. Not in a good way.
Are they at home tonight?
Yeah.
You going to the game or no?
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool.
You can come if you want. We got an extra ticket. You just have to go with my family.
I don't know. I'll see.
We can cut that out if we want. Yeah, TFC tonight. Recent pickup. Omar Gonzalez won't be here just yet, but soon, hopefully. But before we get to that, let's talk a little bit of Raptors, because they won the NBA championship.
Yeah, I think you can say that again.
We won the NBA championship.
Yes, a Toronto sports team finally won something.
Actual chills were given to myself when I said that.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know how many times I've said that out loud yet.
That is unbelievable. Like, I can't put into words that playoff run that the Raptors had. This team, the way that they brought Toronto together, like so many people who weren't basketball fans started watching this team because of their crazy playoff run. It really brought the country together, and I think you could really see that during the parade as well, or basically just right after they won, or even like when they made it to the finals. That celebration when they beat Milwaukee and then they beat Golden State, it's just crazy, and it's a great moment for Toronto and Canada.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I was downtown when it happened, and the atmosphere was unbelievable.
Yeah.
People high-fiving. I was on a streetcar getting downtown, and it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, packed to the brim, people literally hanging on to each other so that they wouldn't fall onto the steps, so that they could close the doors. Fireworks being set off downtown. Man, everything. Just the people, how happy everyone was.
Yeah. Give someone a hug today, as Drake would say.
Yeah. It was... The amount of high fives that were given out that night were...
Yeah.
Probably millions.
It was nuts. Yeah, I wasn't downtown, but I was at my buddy's place because I wanted to be with them if it happened. So yeah, it was a good moment just to be with my friends who have been cheering for the Raptors for the longest time, and I've known them for so long. So it was a great moment for us because we would always talk about what it would feel like, right? And they actually did it. So I mean, it was the best feeling, and hopefully in a couple more years, we could win a couple more, or another team could win, maybe.
Well, Masai said yesterday he thinks the Leafs will win, so...
I mean, I can guarantee that they will win eventually, too.
Yeah.
He didn't say, in the next 3 years or 4 years. He just said, I'll guarantee they win. I'll guarantee that they win, too.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty safe bet to make.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the Raptors. It was quite... the series, and the entire playoffs, actually, because Raptors did not have an easy road. They had to claw and fight and just outwill the 76ers, play unbelievable defense against the Bucks, and shut down Golden State, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
And it was impressive what they were able to do.
Yeah, they silenced them. And
yeah.
The whole Durant thing, would they have won if they had Durant? I don't know. Durant did play well in those few minutes that he did play in Game 5, but I don't know. The Raptors just really came together, and they played really good defense against Golden State. Van Fleet did a great job against Curry.
Van Fleet was great.
Yeah, he was great.
Once his kid was born.
I know, right?
Once he became Van Fleet Senior.
Exactly, I was going to say, yeah.
He stepped up.
Yep.
He had the games, the series, he played the best he's ever played in his entire life.
Yep.
And going from an undrafted free agent signing to what he did was really impressive and showed how important your will to work and your will to win is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he made some clutch shots as well.
huge.
He had some big threes and some crazy threes from like way out, like falling backwards, like
Shut
this
down
guy.
Staff, which was very
Exactly,
underrated.
yeah. That was big. Yeah, like I've been saying, like he could have been sixth man of the year for the playoffs. Like he's right there. He's the front runner if there was a sixth man of the playoffs award.
He wins it hands down.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you couldn't count Andre Iguodala, who would be.
Yeah, because he's basically a starter.
He was a starter because Durant was hurt.
Yeah.
And then Nikolai Mirotic got shut down in the Raptors series. You could argue a couple of the 76ers played really well.
Yeah.
But not as well as
Van Fleet's just the
Van
clear
Fleet
front runner. Yeah.
in the clutch.
Mm-hmm.
In the West, didn't really watch many games. But
I don't know.
You got to give props to Enes Kanter. I got to give him props playing with his separated shoulder, and they almost beat Golden State, which is.
Mm-hmm.
I was very, very impressed on that team. The fight that they had was something to commend, I guess.
Yep.
As well as Kyle Lowry. He played through a ton of injuries. He had a ton of fight. He worked really, really hard to be able to finally get that championship.
Yeah, and he wanted it more than anybody, and you could see in that Game 6 against Golden State what he did in that first quarter. Like, he really wanted it, and he was determined to end the series and to achieve his goal. And, I mean, you could see when he lifted that trophy, like, it meant so much to him. And he knew how much it meant to Toronto as well, because he's been the longest-serving Raptor. Yeah, nobody deserves it more than Kyle Lowry, because he's been here since the low times, and he's been through a lot with the DeMar trade, and he's battled through that. He's best friends with Kawhi now, and
it's
like good
cool
for Kyle Lowry, man.
It's cool to see how Kyle's now become friends with Kawhi, and sort of moved on from his sort of anger towards DeRozan, or not DeRozan, towards Masai, involving the DeRozan trade. Which I don't know if you saw his press conference yesterday, but he mentioned in it that the first time he saw DeRozan, he came into the locker room and just gave him a hug, which is something I think we shouldn't gloss over, in the fact that DeRozan knew what had to happen. He was the sacrificial lamb for us to go that next step. And we can't really forget how, like, he's going to be, if his number isn't retired with the Raptors, I'm going to be very disappointed.
I don't know.
He deserves it.
He deserves it, but I'm not sure.
He was the first ever star to fully trust the Raptors.
Yeah.
To want to play here, to love the city, him and Lowry. I think Lowry
gets his number retired, 100%.
100%. DeRozan, I think, should as well.
He should.
And potentially Vince. I think you could argue Vince.
Yeah. He's playing one more year, so I guess we'll see.
There were rumors he might come to the Raptors for that final season.
That'd be pretty cool.
Somebody asked Masai about that yesterday, and he said, first we want to figure out the big fish, which is Kawhi. Danny Green, and Marc Gasol.
Mm-hmm.
But then I wouldn't be opposed to them bringing in Vince.
Yeah, why not? He'll be a bench player, like, I don't know, good leadership experience. Hopefully Raptors fans accept him back.
Yeah, well, they already have, right? Every time he comes, they give him a standing ovation. They gave him a standing ovation in the playoffs. I think if he comes back, it'd just be cool to see him in a Raptors uniform, because we don't remember it.
Yeah.
We were like,
really don't. I just remember that shot that he missed.
I don't even remember that.
No? Well, I don't remember it. Like that's all I see of him. Like that shot that he missed.
I just see the dunk.
Oh yeah, true. Oh yeah, the dunk too. Yeah.
The two of them, the 360 windmill and then the elbow. But yeah, I think it'd be cool to have him back.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
Have him back in a Raptors uniform, sort of nostalgic. Really good marketing for them.
Yeah.
They sell a ton of new Vince Carter jerseys. I don't know. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but again, it's just back to the playoffs. Their depth showed.
Yeah, they had the best depth in the league.
Van Vliet
Powell
played really well.
Ibaka.
Powell became playoff Powell again.
Yeah,
which was finally.
That was fun to watch. He's always fun to watch in the playoffs, and his intensity, like after he makes those dunks, he's so into it.
He gets so hyped.
Yeah, and Ibaka, he played great.
Ibaka was great.
His defense was phenomenal, and offensively, he was pretty good too.
Yeah, he put up 15 points a game.
Yeah, I know.
Some nights put up over 20, I know, for one night at least.
Yeah, he did.
He played pretty well in the finals when Gasol was struggling.
Mm-hmm.
It was sad that we couldn't really see OG play.
Yeah.
Especially with everything he's gone through over the last year.
Yeah, but he was healthy to play, but I guess they just didn't want to put him into that high intensity kind of game. Like, he hasn't played like in a long time, so
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
'Cause
He'll get a ring.
Yeah, I think he lost a family member. He also had the appendix surgery.
Yeah.
He wasn't the only Raptor to have a family member pass away. Kyle Lowry's grandmother passed away the week of the finals.
Oh, really? I don't know if I
Yeah.
heard about that.
Danny Green said that on his, or revealed that on his podcast this week, which is he didn't tell anyone. No one knew.
Damn.
Which thoughts to him.
Jeez.
But just to know that happened and then he did this well in the finals just showed how mentally strong he is, and
Yeah.
mad props to him.
Mhm.
Like,
And like Pascal Siakam, he lost his dad, so he was playing for him.
Yeah.
Nick Nurse lost his mom.
Yeah.
And I think like when that happened, and he took a bit of a break, right, in the season. He didn't take a break.
Like, he went home for a day and then came back and coached.
And I know like Kyle Lowry said to him right after, like, we're gonna win a championship for your mom, and that was pretty cool how that came full circle. Yeah.
It was a tough year personally for a lot of the Raptors.
Yeah, they had to go through a lot of adversity. And obviously, that big DeMar DeRozan trade kicked it all off.
DeRozan trade, then losing Valanciunas,
yeah,
DeLon Wright and CJ Miles, that couldn't have been easy either.
Yeah, it really messes up. Well, it doesn't mess up your locker room, but it changes the locker room a lot.
Oh yeah.
JV was a big part of the team, and the fans loved him as well.
I would not be surprised to see him back in a Raptors uniform.
Mm-hmm. He was there for like the playoff games too.
I think he gets a ring.
Yeah, he does, right?
He
played more than half.
And DeLon all get rings.
He played more than 40 games.
I don't know. I don't know what the rules in the NBA are.
I think
he suffered a lot of injuries, right? He missed a ton of time with the dislocated thumb. If you remember that happening.
Yes, I remember that.
In a game against Golden State.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
It was the game they won by like 20 or something.
Yeah, they won the season series against Golden State.
Yeah, they almost swept them.
Mm-hmm.
They were 2 games away from sweeping the series, like the entire season.
Yep, they were good.
Impressive. Yeah, Kawhi. I thought Kawhi played well given the circumstances. You know, coming into a new team, had the entire different, it's completely different living in Canada as compared to San Antonio. Yeah, I thought he played well.
Yeah, he played amazing.
Now we got to worry about Kawhi free agency.
Yeah.
Which I think it's looking more and more optimistic.
I believe that he's going to resign.
Came out recently that his daughter had enrolled in Havergal, which is a private girls' school in Toronto, right near where I live, actually. So that's pretty big. Yeah, I was good to see that he's at least really thinking about it.
Yeah.
Would not be surprised to see him on a 1-year deal.
I think there was a report yesterday that it might be a 1-year deal for Kawhi.
Because I don't know if you remember at the parade, they were chanting, fans were chanting 1 more year.
Or 5 more years. Or 1 more year.
Originally it was 1 year, one more year, and he was nodding. And then they changed it to 5 more years, and he shook his head.
I didn't see that.
I saw that on Twitter. Okay. I don't know how concrete or true
I don't think you should read into that, no.
But Uncle Drew was part of the 5 more years chant. So, I don't know. I could see it happening. I could really see him extending.
1 more year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see that too. Try and defend the title.
Yeah, that would leave him, Lowry, and Gasol up next year.
Oh, God.
And if you
rebuild.
You want to wipe the table clear?
Yeah.
Lakers were reportedly interested in Kyle.
Yes.
I wouldn't be opposed to getting Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah. And probably some picks or prospects.
Yeah, they had a ton of second-round picks this year, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they gave a bunch back for Davis, but they got to have something left.
Yeah, they got a little bit left, so that's a possibility.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Like you said, 1 more year. with the same group, basically. And I think if Kawhi comes back, Danny Green's coming back, too.
Danny Green's already said he wants to come back.
Yeah.
He's got a good thing going in Toronto.
Yeah.
Like, a really good thing going with the podcast. That's got a ton of, listeners. He's loved by the fans. That haircut, or that hairdo he did for the parade was so sick.
I was not expecting that.
I wasn't either. I don't think he was as well. That was really cool. I like that look.
Yes, I like
he's
that.
got to do that in a game. That'd be really funny. But yeah, it was just monumental for the Raptors and for Toronto in general.
Yeah.
It showed the city that we can win.
Yeah.
And
players should actually come here now.
Yeah, players are actually interested in coming here.
And it also shows what it takes to win. Like Masai, like you said, DeMar DeRozan was that sacrificial lamb, and sometimes you need to give up that star player to get to another level and actually go for it. So we're gonna talk this whole Leafs off-season thing later.
Yeah.
But that could also tie into it, maybe move on from a guy like Mitch Marner. You never know. I don't know.
I'm leaning more and more towards losing Mitch Marner. I think we should move on to Mitch Marner now.
Now?
Oh, actually, we have more NBA to talk
I don't know.
don't we?
So, hold on. Just to top this off with... this off with Kawhi.
Yeah.
Do you think he's ultimately going to stay in Toronto?
I guarantee he's going to stay.
Guarantee?
I think he's seen what he can get in Toronto for one more year. And I think he'll... say, you know what, this team's getting old. Let's give it one more shot. They're really good. Another year of Gasol getting more used to the Raptors could be really, really good. We have a legitimate shot. If we did it this year, we could do it next year. Healthy OG. I think he's staying for at least a year, and then he'll leave. Which, who cares at that point?
I mean, honestly, I don't really care if he leaves right now. Because... they won a championship. I don't care. I really don't care. If you were to tell me that the Raptors are going to win a championship this year and Kawhi is he's not going to resign,
I heard
I would be fine with that. I know, I'm talking to some of my friends. They're saying that they'd still be upset and they wouldn't want that to happen. Honestly, I'm okay with it because you won us a championship.
I heard a rumor that he might sign the max deal in Toronto with the guarantee from the Raptors that if he wants to move on or get traded, they'll trade him.
Yeah.
Which
Sure, why not?
I'd love that.
Then you get something back for him.
That'd be the perfect scenario.
That'd be like a departing gift.
Yeah.
Like the return that they get for Kawhi, that's yeah, that would be amazing.
That would be the best case scenario for the Raptors.
Yeah.
Period.
Do it.
Yeah.
And then he can go basically wherever he wants to go. Yeah. Why not?
Exactly. Or another way they could... Actually, I don't know if that works. They give him a player option every year with the max. Where he can just opt out if he wants to opt out. I don't know. It'll be interesting.
That's the same as a one-year deal, basically, though.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. I think it'll happen July 3rd or 4th.
I think it's going to happen July 1st.
No, because he's meeting with the Clippers on the 2nd. Right?
Oh, you're right, actually.
So it's going to have to happen after the 2nd.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'll happen the 3rd or 4th. I think he'll make
his
decision quickly.
I think he's already kind of made up his mind. I don't know if that Clippers meeting is going to change too much. I think he's staying in Toronto. That's my opinion as well. I think there's too many good things about staying in Toronto. I don't know why he'd want to move. He's got a country on his back. They just won a championship. I don't think you, as a player, you wouldn't want to leave and have that title up for grabs now. You want to defend the title. So, and I mean, yeah, they have a great team, great fans. The support's been ridiculous.
He's got an entire country worth of sponsorship possibilities.
Yeah, exactly. Advertisements.
If he goes to LA, he's not going to get nearly as many sponsorships as...
He'll get quite a bit, I think, but
he's got to be. He'll be competing with LeBron.
That's true.
And
yep.
Davis up in Canada. He's competing with what? Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews, Nike. Actually, he can't work with Nike, can he?
No, I don't think so.
He's suing them.
Yeah. For the claw.
Yeah. He's just got... There's so many positives of about him staying in Toronto. I just don't see how it couldn't happen.
Yeah. And should we move on to Marner? Because I think it's basically the same thing with Mitch.
Yeah, how about we do a little bit more NBA?
Okay, sure.
Because we got to talk about Anthony Davis.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Jimmy Butler, D'Angelo Russell,
Sure.
Kyrie Irving. Do you hear? You were listening. How much did you get through the Steve Dangle podcast?
Not too much. Maybe like 40 minutes or something.
Okay, so I won't spoil the end for you then.
Okay.
So there's a little bit at the end that's a quite funny video clip.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah. So I guess we won't talk about that. But Kyrie Irving, very interesting situation right there. 6 months ago or less, he was 100%. I want to be a Celtic. And now he's fallen out of love with the franchise and is going to probably sign with Brooklyn. It's a really interesting situation.
I was reading, I don't know who wrote it, but I think he was saying that the Nets are only going to sign Irving if he can get Durant to go with him. That's what I was reading. So
That makes sense.
I don't know if what that whole Durant situation is, but I think Durant might just stay with Golden State. Iguodala seems pretty confident in that. Did you see his comments?
The issue is he can't.
He can't stay in Golden State?
Because they're going to have to give them... I think they only have one max slot left.
Oh, okay.
And so you're going to have to choose between
Durant or Clay?
a torn Achilles or a torn ACL or a ruptured Achilles.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of other things to factor in, like the player itself and their age and
Clay's younger, has the
so maybe
not as bad of an injury.
So maybe Clay, but Durant's the better player.
I think
it's a tough decision.
I think it'll be Clay who gets the max deal in Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
I think Durant will go to the either Knicks or
Nets. Yeah.
Unless they throw in a massive plot twist and he ends up on the Lakers, which I wouldn't put it past him, especially after he left OKC to join Golden State.
How nuts would that be? Durant, Davis, and LeBron.
The NBA would explode.
That's why I don't like that's the one thing I don't like about the NBA. Like, teams can just go from 0 to stacked, just like that. Like, they can sign, like...
great.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Really?
I don't really like that, no.
I
like how in hockey you have to kind of, like management has to kind of, like, grow as a team. Like, and it's not that... Like, in basketball, if you get those players, you're, like, guaranteed a finals appearance.
But you aren't. Look at Boston. They got...
No. Yeah, but they're not a super team, though. They're not a super team.
They were. They had a ton of assets, and they blew it.
Like who?
Kyrie, Jaylen Brown.
No, Jaylen Brown's not... No, he's not that level, though.
Gordon Hayward, Al Horford.
Yeah.
Now Horford's leaving.
Yeah, Horford
basically
is. He might go to the
guaranteed.
Pelicans.
That would be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Davis Horford replacement?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm scared of the Pelicans.
Yeah, they're going to be good.
After
Zion. I'm scared of Zion.
Yeah. Zion with Julius Randle.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, is he declined something, right? Did he
He
decline?
probably declined his player option because he's going to get paid a lot more. But I wouldn't be surprised if they re-signed him.
Mm-hmm.
With Julius Randle, Al Horford front court. That's gross.
Yeah.
Backcourt of... I'm blanking on his name. I can picture him. Who's their point guard?
Couldn't tell you. I don't know.
I can't remember his name. I'm blanking on it. Whatever. Backcourt of their really good point guard.
Yeah.
Who's underrated in my opinion.
Okay.
And then, who cares? What do you want? Lonzo?
Yeah.
Ingram? Doesn't matter. And then small forward Zion?
Yeah.
Dude, that team is scary.
They're good. They're young, but they're good, and they're gonna be good.
It's
kind of like the 76ers were with Embiid and Simmons.
Yeah.
I guess.
They were scary this year.
Yeah.
They just couldn't get past.
It might take the Pelicans a few years though. Like, I think they can make the playoffs.
Easily.
Yeah, easily. I don't know. It's still. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
Drew Holiday. That's who it is. Drew Holiday. Point guard. Underrated. He's continued to get better. He's more of a pass-first option, too. So with all the shooting and in the paint options, like Horford, Randall, potentially Horford, potentially Randall, Zion, that team could be really, really good.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised to see them in the NBA Final.
Whoa. Ho, ho, ho.
Honestly, I would not be surprised to see it.
Man, I don't know. Not first year. I just don't see it. See, in the NHL, if you have a team full of young guys like that, you wouldn't be saying that. You wouldn't be saying they're going to the NBA, the Stanley Cup final right now. You need it. You need the experience in hockey. You need some of the experience.
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
Look at the Leafs.
Yeah. What do you mean? They got kicked out.
They almost beat the Stanley Cup champions, Washington Capitals.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
In the first round, they lost half the games
Kind
with
of.
OT.
Yeah. True. Nah, but still though they weren't contenders. Even if they got past Washington, they weren't gonna go far.
You never know.
No.
Sports are just so fluky that you can't really definitively say they're not gonna win the championship. Like, I think the Pelicans, if they make anyone who makes the playoffs has a legit shot at winning the title. All your guys have to do is catch fire, and you're looking really good. I
don't know.
I just wouldn't be surprised to see it. I'd love to see a Lakers versus Pelicans playoff round.
That would be fun.
The atmosphere in New Orleans would be insane.
I think like realistically for next year they could win a round and maybe lose in the second round. That's what I'm thinking.
I think they'll struggle to get through Houston. But I could see a world where they get to the final.
Yeah?
I don't know. It's a bold statement, but
I don't know. We'll see.
See it happening.
You heard it here first, though.
Yeah. Standing right as of today, who is your prediction for the NBA title next year?
I mean, it really depends on the decision, but the Toronto Raptors could repeat.
Yeah.
If Kawhi comes back, I think they're the favorites. I think, who is it? Vegas has the Lakers as the favorites right now, I think, to win it all. But I don't think that.
It might be Milwaukee.
I think it's either one of them. Yeah, Lakers or Milwaukee.
I can't remember.
Yeah. Like, Milwaukee's good, and the Raptors almost got crushed by them. If they don't win Game 3 in overtime, I think it's over. It's basically over, because then they're down 3-0.
Yeah.
So Milwaukee did almost beat the Raptors. So next year, I think it'll be between those two teams again, and Philly too. They're there as well. I think the Raptors could do it again. They have basically the same team coming back if they get Kawhi.
So your prediction next year is Raptors?
Raptors, and then maybe in the West, if Houston gets Butler, but I don't see Golden State making it to the finals next year. I don't see Golden State. I'm gonna say LA, Toronto, and the Raptors beat
LA.
And yeah,
Wait,
the Lakers. The Clippers ain't doing it. No.
Clippers have a good team.
No. Imagine Kawhi goes to the Clippers and plays the Raptors in the finals.
That would be an amazing series.
No, my prediction is LA Lakers. LeBron James takes on Kawhi in the finals next year.
Okay. I don't quite have that. I have Bucks facing off against Houston.
Okay, yeah, I can see that too. Yeah, that's not a bad opinion.
Houston will deal Paul,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll get some good pieces back. Potentially get Butler, and then maybe bring in a couple other free agents. Harden is just so good.
Yeah, MVP caliber still.
PJ Tucker's an unbelievable defender.
Mm-hmm. Didn't the Raptors have him 2 years ago? Yeah.
That was one of our trade deadline acquisitions to shut down LeBron, when he then promptly did not shut down LeBron.
And they got swept.
He was terrible. But yeah, Kevin Durant potentially going to Brooklyn. Max Steele also rumored to go to the Knicks.
Yep.
Max Steele, of course.
Him and RJ would be a good pair.
Yeah. As well as DSJ, Dennis Smith Jr., running the point. I don't know. That team seems a little weak still to me.
Yeah.
They don't really have any great options, especially in the front court. They got Kevin Knox, a small forward, power forward, but that's about it. Center, they had DeAndre Jordan, but it sounds like he's leaving.
He might go to the Lakers.
I heard Lakers. I also heard Brooklyn was potentially going to bring him in because he's good friends with Durant, I believe.
Oh.
So they're going to try to use DeAndre to lure in Durant.
Maybe. That could work.
Although I don't really see how that's a fit because Brooklyn already has Jared Allen, who's a really good young center.
Yeah, Jordan's getting old.
Yeah, DeAndre Jordan's getting up there.
Yeah.
He didn't really play much for the Knicks.
That's
yeah.
If the Lakers get him though, it's kind of like they had Chandler, right? Last year? Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They had Chandler. It's basically him.
Kind of. They also had JaVale McGee.
Yeah.
I think McGee had a good year this year. I wouldn't be surprised to see them bring him back because I think he's a free agent. Although I don't know if he wants to stay. But yeah, NBA free agency is going to be wild.
Yes, it is.
There are a lot of players who could end up switching teams. And our predictions right now could be completely different by September.
Yeah. Like I said, if Kawhi stays in Toronto, I think Toronto has a great shot at it
Our
again.
predictions could be completely different in a week.
Yeah.
Never mind September.
They could, yeah.
And that's what's fun about the NBA is how wild their free agency is.
Yeah. All right, what do you want to jump into?
So, I guess most natural transition is NHL.
Yeah.
Because they also got free agents coming up.
Yeah, sure.
Although we could also do TFC because the transfer window's coming up.
Okay.
So it depends on what you want to close with.
Jeez. I mean, we're going to talk hockey, I think, for quite a bit.
So you want to wrap up with hockey and then sort of get baseball and
TFC.
soccer in the middle?
Okay, sure.
Cool.
I don't really know. There's not too much MLB news.
Vladdy's going to do the home run derby.
Yeah, Vladdy's going to do that.
Which should be interesting. What
All
day
right.
is that?
Jeez, I don't even know.
Sometime in
I
July.
do not know. I will check. Let's do soccer first.
Let's do soccer?
You can probably handle that because I don't know what you're going to talk about with
Okay.
them. I know Pozzuelo. He's an all-star. That's what.
Pozuelo.
That's what I said. Pozzuelo.
Pozuelo.
Pozzuelo. Okay.
Yeah, Alejandro Pozuelo got named to the All-Star team, although he was not in the starting 11. He's going to be coming off the bench, which doesn't mean anything. They're playing Atletico Madrid, so it should be a good game. I think that's first week of August at some point. But yeah, TFC are in a massive hole right now. They haven't won in 8-game winless streak. First time they've done that since 2013, which is because 2013 was not a good year. They got a really, really tough game tonight against Atlanta, where they're going to get absolutely smoked because Atlanta are pretty hot right now. Yeah, transfer window opens very soon. We're hopeful to bring in a winger. I wrote an article for Waking the Red on their fan post section 2 days ago.
Okay.
Talking about what I think's wrong with the team.
They're not playing too well. They're they're 7th in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
So they're fighting for a playoff spot.
They're fighting for a playoff spot.
How many games are in a season?
They go until October.
Oh, jeez. Oh, a long way. Okay.
Or September, October, the first week of October. But they only play one game a week, right? This week's just crazy. They got 3 in a week, which is
they can definitely
really
make up some ground. They're only
they're
only 5 points back of the Red Bulls.
Yeah.
And they're 5th.
They got a real shot at still making the playoffs. I'm not writing them out yet.
Yeah.
They brought in a pretty good center back, Omar Gonzalez.
Okay.
He's an American international. Plays in the Liga MX. Was a former LA Galaxy player from 2009 to 2015 before he left for, I believe it was Pachuca.
Did they just bring him in recently?
They announced the signing 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
I think it was, but he can't join us.
Oh, he can't
until
join yet.
The transfer window opens.
Oh, all right.
In a week or two.
That's why he's not on the roster.
Yeah,
all
but
right.
He's technically MLS has literally considered him a part of Toronto FC roster, on social media and stuff. When they're doing posts for the U.S. national team, they include him as a property of TFC. So he should help a lot because we've had a ton of issues in the air. and with sort of stability in the back line, especially when Mavinga hasn't played and Moore hasn't played. Simon hasn't been what we've hoped he'd be, and Zavaleta is Zavaleta. So I'm hopeful that it'll get better, but they still need a winger. They still need another attacking option because right now their attack is awful.
Yeah.
Terrence Boyd is, I genuinely think, the worst striker, maybe even worst player in MLS.
Jeez.
He is so bad, it's absurd. The guy hasn't scored in like a year.
So wait, is he starting on the team?
He started on Saturday, but that was probably to rest Jordan Hamilton and Ayo Akinola for tonight, I hope, because if he's playing tonight, I'm going to be mad. Yeah, they rested a few guys for the last game. But yeah, he's just really bad. Like, there's not a nice way to put it. He's just really bad. He's supposed to be a good aerial threat. He just doesn't get in the ball in the air. He's slow. He has no control. He never gets on the ball, which is a big issue. And when he does get on the ball, he always gives it up.
Jeez, okay.
I don't know why Vanny keeps using him when Hamilton and Akinol are better options, but he is, so I guess we have to play him while we have him. So hopefully he gets out of the rut, but I'm not optimistic. So, yeah, TFC are in a bit of a downswing.
Yeah.
They got to get out of it soon. Ali Curtis has got to bring in some talent. Our attack is just not good enough at this point.
No.
Like, it's just when your best option is an 18-year-old, that's a problem. So yeah,
they're only averaging 1.6 goals a game. Is that good?
Well, they got a lot of goals in the early season. Since then, they've struggled. They've allowed a lot of goals against. That's been their biggest issue.
Yeah.
In the last 13 games, they've allowed a goal in the first and second half, like separately, 10 times.
Oh my goodness.
Which is really bad. So yeah, I mentioned that in my article. Christian Jack was the one who tweeted that out. He's a TFC reporter. Does stuff for TSN. But tonight will be a big, big test.
I'm reading the chat on the score.
Yeah.
For TFC, and it's just like, trade Boyd, trade everyone. Let's go Raptors.
Yeah. It's Boyd, like, people have had enough of Boyd, and people are starting to reach their limit with Vanny, which is really interesting. Like, we sort of gave him a pass last year because we had a ton of issues with injuries. But it's just really, really gotten out of hand now, especially with him trying to play this wide format, which just doesn't work. Like, I don't know why he keeps trying it. It's just, it doesn't make sense when you have a ton of really good central midfielders. You've got decent enough strikers. You can use De Leon at striker as well if you want to fit him in. You got good fullbacks in Alro, who struggled in injuries this year, which is rough, and Moro, who's been okay. Backline's average at best, like your two center backs. Gonzalez should help, I hope. If Mavinga can stay healthy, I am optimistic at least, but he's got to stay healthy, which is a bit of an issue.
So it doesn't sound like things are looking too good.
They're looking better than the Jays, but
that's true.
That's not saying much.
I mean, the Jays are awful.
Yeah, the Jays are awful. What was the score last time we checked?
I think they're winning right now, I'm pretty sure.
They're winning, wow.
But, like, who cares? At this point, like, why don't you just lose?
Yeah.
They're winning 6-5 right now. If anybody's curious what today is, it's June 26th, Wednesday. They're playing an afternoon game.
The day Mitch Marner's meeting with all free agent teams.
That's not today.
Yeah, it's today.
Today?
26th. Wednesday is when the RFA interview period opens. So that's all the Jays talk you're going to get, because that's how much there is to talk about. Joe Biagini's continued to be terrible.
Is he play? Is he? Oh, it's 6-6 now.
Oh, let me guess.
Edwin Encarnacion.
Oh my God.
Came home and scored the tying run.
Yeah, I was gonna say last night I saw Encarnacion home run. Remind me of 2015 until I realized he's a Yankee.
Yes. He is a Yankee. That was a great trade by the Yankees too.
Yeah.
They are really good.
They fleeced the Marlins.
Yeah, the Mariners.
Marlins.
But they are set in my opinion. I think the Yankees have a really good shot at the World Series this year. Them and the Dodgers, the LA Dodgers are looking really good. They got Ryu, who has the best ERA in all of baseball. They obviously have Kershaw, Bueller, and I think they got some other guys too. So they're good, but it's the Dodgers. They've made it to the World Series back-to-back years, and they've blown it both times. So I don't know how they're gonna do. I think it'll be Yankees Dodgers though. I can see that.
With the Yankees is their starting pitching, right?
Yeah, they have. Yeah, like Severino has been hurt. Tanaka's been meh. Hap's been awful.
He's been awful?
He's been bad. Yeah, he's like ERA's over 4.
Ooh.
Yeah. Or like maybe 5
That's
now.
better than Edwin Jackson.
Jeez. Oh my god.
Edwin
That's
Jackson.
like he has like an ERA of what, like 10?
I saw the Dangle posted out pointed it out on the Steve Dangle podcast.
Yeah.
Their run differential right now is -84. Edwin Jackson is responsible for -42 of those.
Oh my god.
Guy's -42.
Yeah, well,
That
they
is
just needed
so
someone.
bad.
They just needed. Yeah, Jay Happ's
needed
ERA is 5.23.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How many games?
Like
has he been hurt?
16 games. No, he's been healthy.
That's bad.
He has a winning record though. 7 and 4.
That reminds you of the Jays back in 2015.
Yeah, just
Pitching was terrible.
no pitch. Well,
Everyone
it was
hit.
okay. I guess up until like the deadline of that year, and then they turned it around. I guess we like Jays talk like Guerrero can't hit a home run, so that's not good. Gurriel has been very hot. He hit 2 home runs today. Now he's hit 2 today.
He's hit 2 today.
Yeah.
Wow. And does it really matter if anyone's hitting well? Like, I feel like if we lose more games, it's better.
I mean, the MLB draft doesn't work like the hockey draft. Like, you're not gonna if you finished in like the bottom. I think the Jays are bottom 3 right now. Like, you're gonna find a good player, but he's not gonna like come into the league right away and like change the whole team. Like, it's not like Austin Matthews.
You're preparing for like 3 years from now.
Exactly.
When
Yeah.
Guerrero will be hitting his prime, Big E.O. will be hitting his prime.
Gurriel, Bichette.
Gurriel Jr., Bichette, Stroman maybe if he's still pitching with the Jays.
Man,
Although
there's been so many talks about
he's gonna
Stroman.
get traded.
Yeah, like
I think he's done with the Jays.
I think he is getting traded, but I think it's the wrong decision. I think I might have said it before. Like, I just don't see why you would want to trade a good starting pitcher, because at some point when the Jays do find their game again and do get good again, which I think will be in the next 3 years, once Gurriel and all those young guys come, or Bichette, Guerrero, all those good guys come up, they're going to need pitching if they want to compete. So I don't know why you would want to trade Stroman. He's having one of the best seasons.
We'll try to get some good young pitching prospects.
You're not gonna get that though. Like,
Why?
I don't know. I don't really see them unless you trade him to like there's been talks about him going to the Yankees, and they have some good pitching prospects. I don't know if they'd want to give them away though. Or you could trade him to like the Dodgers, who also have a good farm system, and they could probably give you back some good prospects. But I think they should just hang on to Stroman. Try and trade Sanchez, because I'm iffy about Sanchez.
Who's older, Sanchez or
Stroman's older.
I think you get rid of Stroman.
Yeah?
Because Sanchez will be still...
Yeah, but Sanchez...
Yeah, like, he suffered with the
injuries.
Had issues with the blisters.
Blister, yeah.
But... I guess they...
And Stroman's a better pitcher at the end of the day. Stroman's a better pitcher. The blister problems with Sanchez.
I just think you capitalize on him when his value's at his highest.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I think
he's
management
having a Cy Young
should.
caliber year right now.
Yes, he is.
So
His ERA is like 3, like on the dot, 3.
So you can get some really good pieces for that.
You better get some good pieces.
Yeah.
Like a couple, maybe 3 good prospects for him. Like, they're gonna need something, and I don't know how I feel about the Jays management right now. So I'm hoping that they can pull through with this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like Atkins. I don't like Atkins.
Does anyone ever like Atkins?
Like right from the get-go, like I don't like how he handled the whole Encarnacion Bautista situation. Like I think like he signed Bautista to a 1-year contract. You should have signed Edwin, not Bautista.
Well, they tried to. Edwin turned it down and then took a worse offer somewhere else.
And yeah, because the Jays signed Morales. That's what happened. But no, I still think ultimately you should have found a way to get Encarnacion, but I don't know.
Yeah, that was just a messed up free agent situation.
Yeah.
It was kind of similar to what's happening with the Leafs right now.
Yeah.
In Marner, he's battling with the Leafs, and it's probably not going to turn up very well.
Yeah, which sucks.
Yeah. Like, Colorado's clearing cap space.
All right, let's get into
For what?
Marner.
I don't know. But they got to sign Rantanen. So, a combination of... Do Colorado have 4 first-round picks in the next 5 years? 4 of their own first-round picks in the next 5 years?
Well, I'd think so, or we wouldn't even be talking about this, right? I think they would have it.
Okay.
They're gonna... Yeah, I've heard rumors that Colorado might be offer sheeting Mitch Marner, so I assume that they have their picks.
Yeah, because you only need... I found this out yesterday, which I had no idea. I thought you needed 4 consecutive first-round picks starting the year after. It turns out you only need 4 consecutive of your own first-round picks, or in the next 5 years.
Oh, okay.
So the fact that the Leafs traded their pick next year doesn't affect their ability to offer sheet players, which is really good. That's a big positive.
I just don't... Yeah. I don't think the Leafs are going to offer sheet anyone where they'd have to give up 4 first-round picks, though. That Sebastian Aho thing is really interesting, though.
Braden Point is very enticing if we lose Marner.
Yeah, but he's going to get paid, too, though. He's going to get paid. And he's a center.
Okay.
He should get paid more than Marner.
Yeah.
They're not going to afford it. They're not going to afford it.
No, they're going to... Like, this is only if they lose Marner to an offer sheet.
Yeah, but still, like, if you can't get... Like, Braden Point should get more than Mitch Marner. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Will he? No.
You don't think he will?
No.
I think he will. I think he will.
I don't think he will. I think the issue with Marner's...
Wait, if he gets offer sheeted or if he stays with Tampa?
If he gets offer sheeted.
He'll get more.
Less.
Less. Maybe.
Because nobody's talking about Point. Everyone's talking about Marner, and there's going to be a bidding war for Marner.
Yeah.
That's the biggest issue that's going to take place if people start submitting offer sheets. Because my mark on Marner, if I'm the Leafs, is the compensation that starts at 4 first-round picks. So that dollar less, I'll sign you up until then. If not, have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun with the Islanders, who will suck in next year. Have fun with... Who was the other team that was going to offer sheet him?
Well, the Avalanche.
The Avalanche.
They're good.
Okay, that might be a little...
That's scary.
That's scary,
They're good. Who did they draft? Did they draft that defenseman?
Yes.
Byram? Bowen Byram?
I think so.
Yeah, their defense is good. With McCarr and Barry. Barry's been up in trade rumors, though. But
yeah, I think he's going to get... I don't know if he'll get dealt.
I don't know either. Especially because Subban just got dealt. I don't know.
I think that would heat up the market for him. Because there are less options. Now your only option is Tyler Myers or Nikita Zaitsev. Or Colin Miller.
Yeah.
But no one's talking about Miller.
Yeah.
Except for Leafs fans.
Yeah. So, do you think Marner's going to sign? What's your take on this thing? What is it?
I'm cautiously optimistic. I think if it's double digits, or I think if it's 10.5 over 8, fine.
Yes, I agree with that. 10.5 over 8.
I'm not signing a 5-year contract.
Yeah, hell no. Do not sign
Have fun
a 5-year contract.
We're not signing a 5-year contract.
Because if they get him on a 5-year contract, Matthews up in 5 years, Nylander's up in 5 years.
Then they also have to re-sign
Tavares.
And
Tavares like the year after.
2 years after.
Okay, 2 years after?
7.
Oh, okay. No, wait, didn't they sign him?
They signed him to 7. Oh, yeah, 1 year after.
So, yeah, 1 year after.
Right. So, they signed him to 7. You got to sign Kadri, same year as Mo.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie,
yeah.
same year as Mo and Kadri. Although I wouldn't be opposed to letting Freddie go.
Wait, what?
Like,
That's out of the blue.
In that free agency period.
Okay.
Because he's going to be getting old, and hopefully Wool or Scott will start emerging as good goaltenders.
Yeah.
And they can
Or
step in.
Kasky Swow.
Oh, Kaskis. Yeah, he's not going to turn in anything. He's like 24.
Yeah.
And he's
No, I like Freddie. But wait, how many more years does he have on his deal?
Like 2 or 3.
2. Hopefully it's 3. I think.
Yeah, we can't really check this because we don't really have Wi-Fi where we're recording it.
I think
The podcast. We're out in my backyard.
And he's like what, 30 now, Anderson, or like
Yeah,
29?
Somewhere up there. He'll be like 32, 33 when the contract expires.
I don't know if they win a Stanley Cup, and he's still playing good. Hold on to him.
Yeah, I just worry
Goalies
about
sometimes get better as they age too. Like look at actually no, I can't really say that, but I think Lundqvist has said that. Like he's noticed that a lot of goalies will get better as they age.
But that's coming from an old goalie
Who's not good anymore.
who's not good anymore, but thinks he's still good and wants to continue to get paid.
I guess.
But yeah.
But like Tim Thomas, that's a good example of it though.
Okay, Tim Thomas, Curtis McElhinney.
Luongo.
Luongo didn't get better.
True. Well, he
Luongo's
was
slowly
old during his cup run with Vancouver.
How?
He was like 34, 35.
Yeah, I guess goaltenders sort of decline a little later in their career. It's just I'd be worried about the contract length
Yeah, true.
with Anderson.
Yeah.
If it's 2 or 3 years, go ahead. If it's 5 or 6,
That's a little risky. By the 4th year, you might have to, or 3rd year, you might have to start looking at someone else.
teams are going to learn a lot from this Bobrovsky contract.
Mm-hmm.
Because in 2 or 3 years, he's going to start declining, and teams are going to realize maybe signing goalies into their late 30s, early 40s isn't a good idea.
Yeah. He's going to Florida. Him and Panarin are going to Florida.
It's basically guaranteed
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah. They've been linked for so long. So, like, yeah, that's happening. And Florida's going to be good. I like how they got Quenneville.
Yeah. Florida's going to be really good.
Yep.
Like, that line, like that top 6, that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Barkov, Huberdeau,
Panarin.
Hoffman,
Yeah.
Trocheck, kind of.
Yeah, Trocheck's still good. He was injured a bit, but he's good.
What's his name? Russian guy who I can't remember his name.
Dadonov.
Dadonov, there you go.
Yeah, they're good. And their defense is... I think they have... Do they have Yandel? Yeah, they have Yandel, right? Yandel, Ekblad, Matheson. They got pieces.
What do you think is going to happen to Reimer then?
Yeah, I think they have to find a trade partner for him, especially if they get... They're going to get Bobrovsky, so...
Or do you think Luongo will end up on Robida Island?
Boy. So you think they'll... Yeah, you think they're going to hold on to Luongo and trade Reimer?
I think Luongo is going to have this hip issue that he can no longer play with. and
put him on
he'll end up
LTIR.
On LTIR or traded
no.
to...
You know what? Luongo deserves to go to another team. He doesn't deserve to be put on LTIR. I think
they should that contract.
They should find a trade partner somehow. Even if you can retain a bit. Like how many years do you think he has left? Does he have quite a few?
I know the cap penalty is really bad, especially for the Canucks. Like Canucks, it's like $3 million cap penalty if he retires.
Oh jeez, okay.
But I just don't see him playing next year. Like I just don't know where he'd go. I don't know the team that would have the cap space and needs a goalie bad enough. Actually,
Cap Friendly.
I do know.
Cap Friendly says that he's inactive. He's retired.
He was put on IR, right, at the end of the season with the hip issue.
Oh, maybe okay. That's
I think.
why. His contract goes up till the 21-22 season.
So 2 more years.
Yeah.
You know who's going to end up trading for him?
Wait, no, 2 more. Yeah, 2 more years. Three more years. Because next year will be the 19-20.
Oh yeah, 2021, and does it expire 21-22 offseason?
That's his last. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So 3 more seasons.
God, that was a bad contract when
Yeah.
it was signed.
Yeah, at 5.3.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was.
Yeah, that's not too bad, I guess.
You know where he's going to end up, right?
Where?
He's going to be a Sabre.
Saber.
Dude, they're going to trade for him. Watch.
I don't know.
Watch it happen.
Okay, the
It's gonna
Sabres
be
are
like-
the Sabres are bad.
They're terrible.
Yeah, like,
They're terrible. They have Dahlin and Eichel and Skinner, and that's it.
and they're not even amazing. Like, Eichel's pretty good.
Dahlin's
Dahlin's good, but he's still
Dahlin's
very young,
gonna
very
be
very
one of
young.
the
He's like
best.
19 years old.
He's going to be one of the best defensemen in the NHL.
Yeah.
I
Yep,
guarantee.
he is. And yeah, they just signed Skinner.
To a brutal contract.
Yeah.
8 times 9? Eesh. That's a lot of money for a guy who's only scored 40 goals once.
Yeah, and he's not like he's what in his prime too, like
27.
27. Yeah.
It's not an ideal contract.
I wish Marner could get that contract. That'd be
I
perfect.
agree.
9.5 for 8 years. What's your highest price
For Marner?
for Marner? Yeah.
What's the 10? What is the
Like for how many
first
years,
round
or-
picks?
Huh?
What is the compensation for 4 first round picks?
Oh, jeez, it's probably like.
It's like 10.513687 or something.
Oh, it is.
Random.
Okay.
I'm just naming random numbers, but my top dollar is $1 below that.
Just $1 below that. So
Yeah.
like 10.5.
Yeah, so like if it's 10.18327,
Mm-hmm.
my number is 10.813.
You messed that up, but yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it.
10.51326.
Wait, sorry, 10.1?
10.5.
10.5.
326.
So basically 10.5. Yes, 10.5. That's your number. That's your highest.
The $1
Yes,
below the
yes.
4 first round compensation.
And how many years? Like, is that...
However many he gets offer sheeted and accepts for.
So you think he's getting offer sheeted?
Well, if he does.
Okay,
that's
no,
it.
he's not going to get
That's
off...
the only reason I'd sign that contract.
Okay, Mitch Marner.
If I'm handing him a contract,
Mm-hmm.
my top number is double digits.
Yes.
If it's involved in offer sheet, like him getting offer sheeted, my top dollar is 10.5.
Yeah.
I don't go any higher than that. Because
Mhm.
I'll take 4 first round picks for Mitch
I'll
Marner.
say, yeah, 10 and a half.
Especially if it comes from a team like Buffalo or the Isle.
Okay, what about
We're going to
the Leafs though? Like a Leafs contract to Marner,
double digits.
like 10, just 10. That's
Unless
the
it's-
max you would go.
If it's 8 years, I'd go higher than
Exactly,
double
yeah.
digits.
That's what I think.
But if it's like 6 years, it's less than double digits.
If you go 8 years, I'm okay with like 10.75.
That's
I think
no.
8 years though. That's that in like 3 years. That's gonna be a good contract.
The issue is then how do you create the 3 or 4 million you need in cap space to be able to actually sign the Janssen Kapanen contract?
They won't have enough if they get for 10.75. No.
Right now they're sitting at 13.
Oh god. Okay. Jeez. The thing is,
They got to make another move.
once that they will. Zaitsev will be gone.
Sites have gone, yeah.
But still, even after that Zaitsev trade, and you sign Marner, you sign Kapanen, you sign Janssen, this defensive core is awful. Especially to start the year. You're not gonna have Gardner. You're probably not gonna have Hainsey unless you sign him to a 1-year low contract.
You won't have Dermott.
You won't have Dermott. Exactly. You won't have Dermott to start the year, and you
Dermott's out with
won't have
shoulder
Zaitsev.
injury. No, it's
So you're gonna have Riley, Muzzin,
Rosen,
Rosen, Justin Hall.
Justin Hall, Rasmus Sandin.
No, he's not. Dubas said he's not rushing him, or Liljegren.
I think Liljegren's going to be ready.
No,
I
don't think so.
Who else are you
Not
going to play
yet.
in the right?
You better find someone.
You didn't give a contract to Vincent Laverty. Or not Malcolm Subban. Jordan Subban.
Andreas Borgman.
Andreas Borgman. Okay, that's not a bad option.
Andreas Borgman and Martin Marincin.
Martin Marinc's a free agent.
Oh yeah? Oh
he's going
god.
into free agency.
Oh god. Okay, they have to sign a defenseman. That's the thing.
They have to sign multiple defensemen.
Is it a bad thing if they get rid of Marner? Just to save some money. Get rid of Marner and sign Aho.
No, I like that. I want them to do that.
Yeah, you want them to do that. Yeah. And then you can actually maybe sign a guy who will help you on defense. Or trade for a guy like Tyson Barrie who could help you on defense.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I think the start of the season is going to be brutal.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be opposed to them. I don't know how far, if you got to this point in the Dangle podcast, but they brought up trading Muzzin for a right-handed defenseman.
No, I didn't get to that. Okay.
Are you opposed to that?
I mean, it depends who it is, but I like Muzzin a lot, and he played really well on the right side last year.
Because I think you could get Tyson Berry.
Tyson Berry for Jake Muzzin. It's too close. Like,
Because they both expire this year. I don't know.
Muzzin's making 4 flat. Berry might be making a bit more than that, I think.
I thought Muzzin was making like 4 or 5.
No, I think it's 4 flat.
Okay. And then Barry's making like 5.75, I think. Something like that. I might be talking out of my ass, but
I don't know. I don't see why they do that. I think they like Muzzin. Yeah, I think they like Muzzin. I think they'll hold on to him.
Muzzin. I just think you have enough left-handed defensemen. You need somebody to play on the right side. Cause
I would much rather them trade a forward for a defenseman.
Okay, but then which forward are you going to trade for a defenseman?
I've been saying this. I think they should trade one of Janssen or Kapanen. I'd like them to hold on to Kapanen, but I could see them trading Janssen.
But Janssen's a left winger.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's the thing.
I think you trade Bracco.
Trade Bracco. Win now. Like, that's the mode you'd be in. Win now. Bracco's going to be a great, great player.
I don't know. I've reading some of the stuff and listening to insiders and like some like Ian Tulloch, guys like that.
Mm-hmm.
Bracco's a very power play specialist.
Okay.
Like that's what he does, and he can pass, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I made a list a couple days ago, just like of their forwards. They need some size, and they're really small, and they're a fast team, but like this team doesn't scare me. It like other than their top 6, like their bottom 6 does not scare me at all. Like
really?
Yeah, like look at like their top 6 would be Matthews, Tavares, Marner, Nylander, Kapanen, and
Janssen.
Marner if they sign him.
So it would be Matthews, Janssen, Kapanen, Marner, Tavares.
No, not well, one of Janssen or Kapanen would have to come out of the top 6.
Well, to start the season because Hyman's hurt.
True. Right. So yeah, Kapanen, Janssen, Tavares, Matthews, Marner, Nylander.
Yeah.
Their bottom 6 would be Kadri, Trevor Moore.
Yeah.
Connor Brown.
Who's going to get traded?
Frederick Gauthier. They have no one.
Nick Patin.
Nah, he doesn't. No.
Okay. Yeah, he'll be playing 4th line.
He'll be playing 4th line, but still.
Ilya Mikheyev.
Yeah, they just signed him. But
he's going to be. The Leafs stand very high on him. Mm-hmm. And he's a left winger, too. He's going to slot in right on that 3rd line left wing.
Yeah, they have holes though. They have a lot of holes. Once they get Marner done, they're gonna need to find some depth
other than
guys.
the right side of defense. Where are their holes?
Their bottom 6. That's their hole. They need hole. They have holes.
But they'll have when Hyman comes back. Nylander will probably drop onto the 3rd line.
Or probably Kapanen, I would think.
Well, they liked Kapanen with Matthews, right?
We'll see how the season goes.
Yeah. Either way,
one of them.
I don't see their forward group being the issue. Like, I think Marchment could step in and play well. He's a big boy, and he's tough. I like Marchment. I think Pierre Engvall could step up.
Yeah.
He's been playing a little bit of
I just
center.
think they need a little bit more experience on the 4th line, and a bit more grit, too. A bit more size. And I don't think Gauthier is going to cut it on the 4th line.
Engvall's a big boy.
He is.
Engvall's like 6'5". Marchment's a big boy.
And he's a good player, too. I don't know. But
I don't think you need size anymore in this NHL.
Look at St. Louis, though. You still needed some.
I think you could have beaten St. Louis with speed.
I don't know. And St. Louis had a good defensive core, too.
I think you need at least 1 or 2 big defensemen.
They had a lot of big defensemen. Petrangelo's big. Edmondson, Bortuzzo, when he played, was good. Bouwmeester's big guy. And then they had...
Parayko is giant.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Parayko.
Parayko is a monster.
And then they had... that other guy, that small guy. Vince Dunn.
Carl Gunnarsson?
Vince Dunn. Carl Gunnarsson's a big guy, too.
He's not a big guy. He's like 6 feet.
No, he's bigger than that.
Like 6 foot,
I think he's
6'2".
bigger than that. No. Maybe 6'2", yeah. But yeah, and they had Vince Dunn. They had like one small guy.
Leafs aren't small. Like, the Leafs are small, but they're like, it's not. I don't think you need size in this NHL anymore.
Yeah, I think Dubas thinks that too.
Which is good. He's thinking forward.
Yeah.
The future of the NHL is small, fast guys.
Yeah.
Not big behemoths like Chara.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think they just need like a couple more pieces on their bottom six, but their defensive core needs a lot of work. Like they have to find some way to get better guys on their D core.
Well, they're going to trade Connor Brown.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if it's to Edmonton for a defenseman, like Matt Benning.
Okay.
Or I would not be surprised to see him go to Vegas for Colin Miller.
Okay, I'd be okay with that. Isn't he? Is he? Oh, he's right-handed too, so that's
right-handed,
good.
$3 million contract. Was a healthy scratch for a bit of time last year.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Vegas is in cap hell. They're like already 10% over the cap, which is your max you can be in the offseason. So they have to unload some contracts. I've heard rumors of Pacioretty. I've heard rumors of... Who's the other guy? Stasny.
Okay.
So they're in a bind. They gotta make some moves. But if you trade Brown for Miller, you're taking on about $750K in contract cap, whatever. 750, 900K. So then you gotta find a way to unload that a bit more money to fill that need, which would involve trading Zaitsev, who will probably end up in Vancouver, I think. Don't know what the return for that would be. I'd love it for... Imagine if it's Zaitsev
for Levo.
That would be so funny.
Yeah.
He could work
on I would do it. I would do it.
I would do it too. He could work on the Leafs.
Yeah.
Really well.
I like Levo.
Levo for Ben Hutton.
Sorry, who? Levo for
Ben Hutton.
Levo and Ben Hutton, or
no,
what?
Levo for Ben Hutton. Or not.
How could they do that?
Zaitsev for Ben Hutton.
Oh, okay.
Because apparently they don't want to... They're not sure if they want to bring him back or not.
Yeah. Zaitsev just doesn't want to be here.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah, he said, like, he made those comments, right? To, like, that Russian reporter.
He just said...
He said that he didn't like how he was being played.
Which, do you blame him? He's an offensive defenseman.
Yeah, I don't blame him at all.
In a defensive role. Or defenseman role.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I was listening to Overdrive, and they were saying that Zaitsev shouldn't have said that stuff. He should have realized that the Leafs have holes on defense, and he's gonna get a much bigger role next year because they will not have Gardner, and he might get put in an offensive role.
Dermott will be put in that role
To start the season, though. Dermott's hurt.
Muzzin, then.
I don't know.
Zaitsev is still number 3 or 4 option on power play. Or Rosen. Rosen will get put on.
Yeah. I'm not talking in terms of power play though. I'm talking in terms of like 5-on-5. Like Zaitsev will get more offensive starts. Like when who are you gonna pair? Riley and you might pair Riley and Zaitsev together if Zaitsev stays on the team.
Riley and hopefully Miller.
Okay, well you can't say that right now.
Okay, Riley and Hull.
Okay.
Although I don't really like that. I'd rather have Riley and Marincin.
Oh.
Because I think they'll bring him back.
Oh god.
Muzzin,
That's even worse. That's even worse than Hull.
Muzzin Zaitsev wasn't that bad in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I could see that working again.
So there you go. Muzzin can drop back. Muzzin's much better defensively than Zaitsev. So he can drop back. Zaitsev can go on the rushes now.
Then Rosen, Borgman back. They're not in that bad of a spot. It's just their number 1 RD. That's the biggest issue. Which can be addressed if you move out a little bit of salary.
So what could be... Okay, so... And they'll get Dermott back. So what could be their playoff defensive core, I guess?
It'll be Riley Muzzin, for sure. Dermott. I think there's no way you can keep Zaitsev.
I didn't really like Dermott too in that Boston series, and coming off an injury, I don't know how good he's going to be.
He was not healthy.
He wasn't healthy at all, but he's not going to be healthy next year too.
If you need shoulder surgery, and you're playing with a shoulder issue, dude, that's painful.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you can play to where you want to play.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not possible. The fact he and Hyman both played with those injuries is just dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens in free agency. Like, I would not be surprised to see Wayne Simmons potentially on the Leafs. I think he might get forgotten about.
How much would he want, though?
I think he'll... So, you don't remember what happened with Maroon? He didn't get any offers. He thought he'd get a ton. Ended up signing 1 year, $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Leafs are going to sign someone like that again.
That'd be good.
I would not be surprised
Bring back Tyler
Ennis. I think he'll be a Leaf next year.
Yeah.
Because, like,
What about a guy like Corey Perry? I don't know how much he would want. You could get him as a steal.
He'll want like $2 or $3 million though. That's the issue.
That's a bit. It might be a bit much.
I think he's been rumored to go to like.
But I think that's a
Minnesota and
steal.
Pittsburgh.
I think it's a steal. If he gets 2.5, that's a steal.
He's just had a ton of injuries, right?
Yeah, but he's
Like
still.
his knees have been busted up.
He's a 20 goal scorer though. He's a 20 goal scorer.
Yeah, it's just he'd be your fourth right winger.
No, he could play third line.
Well, then that means you put Cap in fourth line.
No, you put him third line left wing.
But he's a right winger is the issue.
Okay, we'll just flop him. Just put Cappy on the left side.
I think they tried that and it didn't really work.
They put Kapanen on the left side when Nylander played with Matthews.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas here.
Yeah. Like, they're not bad ideas. They should be done. It's just you're talking about Mike Babcock here.
Yeah.
And if you give him Corey Perry, he's going to play Corey Perry 20 minutes a night.
Yeah, because he loves Corey Perry.
He loves Corey Perry. He loves his old guys.
Patty Marleau.
Yeah, he'll be the Patty Marleau of the Leafs.
Yeah.
This year. So I just don't see that happening.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you think is going to happen with Marner? I can't remember if you said it or not.
With Marner?
Yeah.
I think he's signing.
You think he's signing?
He's signing. Like, I'm 100% certain that he will sign. And he is...
Well, he will sign a contract.
No.
It just depends with who.
Okay. This is how I think of it. Like, what... The only thing keeping him away from signing in Toronto is...
Himself?
The money. Like, that's it. Just the money.
It's not the money at this point, apparently. Apparently it's a term.
Okay, the contract. But, like, besides the contract, Mitch Marner grew up here in Toronto.
Yep.
He's been a Leafs fan. I think he's been in our shoes right now. When it comes to wanting a guy to sign, he knows how that feels being a Leafs fan, and now he's putting us through that. So I think at the end of the day, Mitch Marner is going to have to make a decision whether he wants to sign that offer sheet, no matter how much money that is, no matter how many years that is, no matter what team. His agent can only do so much. Mitch Marner is going to have to make that decision in the end whether he wants to put pen to paper and actually sign that contract. I cannot picture Mitch Marner signing that contract knowing that Leafs Nation is going to hate him for doing that. And what Mitch Marner is going to like put out like an Instagram post the next day saying like, thank you Leafs Nation for those 3 years. They've been incredible. I can't see that. I can't see him doing that. He wouldn't want to be put in that situation.
Well, that's because he wouldn't say thank you. He'd say,
I'm excited to join.
Yeah.
No, like, then we'd hate him even more.
Okay.
He's not. No,
I
can't see that.
Leafs fans are kind of done with this crap. I'm done with this crap.
Yeah.
And if he gets offered 13 to 14 mil a year,
okay, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Goodbye.
That is the dumbest thing. That Darren Dreger tweet. Why in the world would a team offer $14 million for Marner when the Leafs aren't even gonna... First of all, Dubas said he's not matching it. Dubas said he's not matching a qualifying an offer sheet. So why pay him 14 mil? Just because you're afraid maybe another team's gonna offer sheet him and you want to get into like a bidding war? 14 mil is too much.
If you're the Islanders and Lamoriello, it's getting back.
Say it again. Sorry.
If you're the Islanders and Lamoriello,
Yeah.
it's getting back at the Leafs. You're taking their second or third best player for four first round picks, and you're ruining the rest of the NHL.
Yeah, basically.
How's that for a parting gift from Lou Lamoriello?
Yeah.
Let's create massive mayhem.
But no, like, oh god. Now, still, Marner has to put pen to paper, and I just cannot see him turning his backs on his hometown team. All right, we're just gonna take a quick break now, and I think we'll be back with some more Marner talk, I guess, in a bit.
And we're back after that quick break. We wanted to check Twitter to see if there were any updates around Marner or any other sort of players. And when I went to do that, the phone that we were using to record it, the podcast sort of cut out and stopped it. So we figured take a quick break, go check everything, see what happened. And it turns out that Roberto Luongo has retired from the NHL, which is pretty big.
Yep, Cap Friendly was right when we checked that.
Cap Friendly was right.
He was retired. He's inactive.
Inactive. Good for him. He's had a really, really good career. Probably going to end up in the Hall of Fame, I think.
Yeah, I think one of the best memories that I have of Luongo is that 2010 Olympics in Vancouver. That's when we really saw the most of him.
He was the goalie, right?
Yeah, he was a goalie.
He was the starter?
Yeah.
It wasn't Price yet? Yeah.
No. Yeah, they didn't have Price at the time. It was like Brodeur, Fleury, and Luongo. Yeah, that's what I remember most of him. Too bad he never won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, he was just a really good personality.
Yeah.
He sort of we're talking like about him like he's dead, but he was like just really fun to watch, not only on the ice but in interviews.
Mm-hmm. On Twitter.
On Twitter,
he's still gonna be going off. He's still gonna be going off on Twitter though.
Oh yeah, if anything, it'll be even more.
Even more, yeah.
Over the top. I was saying to Aiden in the break, I guarantee you he becomes an analyst. Somebody's gonna pick him up. I would not be surprised if it's TSN, but it sounds like he wants to stay in Florida. He ended his article saying, but for now,
it's a nice place to retire.
I'm just becoming another retiree in Florida. I'll be getting my senior citizens card soon, which is a classic way for Luongo to sort of end it with a joke. But yeah, a really storied career. A lot of controversy, I guess, in terms of contracts. This contract's going to hurt Vancouver quite a bit. It's $3 million cap it for 3 years because of his retiring.
Mm-hmm.
And Florida picks up like 1.094 cap it, which isn't that much of a deal, that big of a deal.
No. 3 more years.
But yeah, it's surprising the fact that I thought he would go on LTIR as opposed to straight up retire.
Yeah.
But I guess it's best for him to go out on his own terms.
I mean, he probably saw that coming too. Like once they're gonna sign Bobrovsky, he'd probably think like, yeah, I don't have really a spot here anymore, so I could either retire or I could ask for a trade. But then I think what really sold him was, or like what he said in his goodbye. What was it, a tweet or
it was an article?
His article?
Wrote an article on NHL.com, I believe.
Okay.
But you should go read it.
It was pretty good, yeah. He said that he had injury problems. So that's ultimately what made his final decision. It took him like 2 hours before practice to even get ready to go on the ice. 3 hours before game.
3 hours before practicing game.
And that's every single day, basically.
And that's just not sustainable.
Yeah.
Like your body just breaks down, and
exactly.
It's not something you want to go through, especially as a goalie and the amount of flexibility it takes. It would hurt. It would not.
Yeah.
Like, just imagine the amount of pain he was in every time he went into a butterfly.
Exactly.
Or tried to do the splits. Like, your hip just can't handle it, and you don't want to ruin your life by having this injury be a thing that'll stop you from playing with your kids, or like clearly family is important to him because in the article he mentioned telling his kids was one of the hardest things he's ever had to do. They all cried together when he said, "I can't do this anymore."
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's sobering in the fact that it sort of shows that everything sort of comes to an end, especially for hockey players, even if you don't want it to. Like, I don't know if he was exactly ready to retire. Like, I think he would have loved to have continued playing if he physically could.
Yeah.
But it's just...
That's the same with everyone, though, really. Like,
yeah, I guess.
That's what causes most athletes to retire. Just, like, your body just you can't do it anymore. It's not like the fact that you're 40 years old, you have to retire at 40 years old, or you no longer have a spot on the team. It was a bit of both for Luongo, because I think he did realize that he wouldn't have a starting role any longer. I don't think any team would have picked him up. Maybe Buffalo, like you were saying, but I think the injury. It's sad that he had to go through that pain last year and
the year before that even.
Yeah, so I'm happy for Roberto Luongo. You gotta, it's sad that his career is over, but he's had a phenomenal career. One of the best Canadian goaltenders of all time. He's been really good, and I remember like always like growing up, like he was one of the best in the game. Him and Brodeur, basically.
Yeah, it's not exactly sad because, as I said, he's going to become a TV analyst. He was made for it. He's already done stuff with TSN, like analyst stuff with TSN, and he was good. Like, he'll do that again.
Yeah, and he's a goalie. Like,
he's a goalie
goalies
too.
know the game.
Yeah, so this won't be the last you see of him.
Definitely not.
But yeah, we just figured we'd mention that before we sort of wrapped up Leafs talk, because we should probably mention Gardner, that sort of free agency stuff and the rest of the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Gardner is going into free agency. A couple teams rumored interested in him are Minnesota, the Wild, and Vancouver. Which is interesting.
And I think it's like $7 million, right? They're willing to pay.
Yeah, it's like it 6 or 7 years.
I don't know the exact, but $7 million. He deserves it.
Yeah,
he really does deserve it. He puts up points. He's an offensive defenseman.
He's
very good offensively.
I think Leafs fans didn't really. I don't know if it's treat him right or. I guess. They sort of hated on him a bit too much, I think, in my opinion. Like, they sort of realized near the end of this season how important and how special he is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's going to be a big loss for the Leafs.
Yeah.
Ultimately, like, as we mentioned, the defense is going to be a massive problem, a massive hole.
He ate up a lot of minutes for them, too, and he was good on the power play.
Yeah.
And he generates a lot of offense. He gives the puck to Matthews, and he's what's that term? He's a,
puck mover?
Puck moving defenseman, yeah. Puck moving defenseman. Those are hard to find.
Yeah, they're very hard to find. Although we do have a few of them coming up in Sandin, Liljegren, Rosen even.
Yeah, Rosen.
So,
yeah, Rosen. Yeah, he's good. He's good
not
too.
The worst. Like, it's rough, but it could be worse.
And I think the Leafs fans have just been hating on Jake Gardner for a long, long time. I think it's just time to move on now.
Yeah.
Like, it's time to move on. Like, the Game 7 mishaps the past 2 years, I think now is the time for them to part ways. Like, it was a bad ending. It was a really bad ending.
I don't think it was, because he wasn't exactly bad in Game 7 this year.
Oh, he was what? He turned the puck over to Johansson.
But other than that,
he wasn't awful.
Like, he was good given the fact that he's dealing with this back issue.
Yeah. That's
what scares me the most about him, is
the injury.
Back injury, because back injuries are usually really bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
it'll be...
Team has to be careful when they sign him.
Except they won't be. But yeah, I guess Tyler Myers will be a natural sort of shift over, who's going to get way too much money for being really bad.
He's not really bad. It's not really bad.
He's bad, man. He doesn't have very good numbers. Like, his offensive numbers aren't special.
Like goals, assists?
Goals, assists, and advanced stats.
Oh, okay.
He's not great defensively.
But he's a right-handed defenseman.
That's why he's going to get
Yeah.
$7 million a year, $8 million a year.
Yeah. I don't know about 8.
Likely from Vancouver again. Because they're the one. They appear to be the favorites in this.
Why Vancouver, though? Why would they want
They want to contend.
They're not going to. I don't know what they're thinking. They're not
Well,
going
they
to
got JT Miller, they got Pedersen, they got Bezer. Bring in
Who's their goalie?
Markstrom, or they got a young guy. What's his name?
Demko.
Thatcher Demko. I think they also have the rights to. Who's the Canadian goalie this year?
Oh, yeah, DiPietro.
Mikey DiPietro.
I just don't see it. I just don't see them contending yet. I think they're a few pieces away still. And Pedersen is still very, very young, but he's gonna be really good.
Pedersen's gonna be one of the best players in the NHL.
Yeah.
I think he'll be the
Pedersen.
best Swede in the NHL.
Yeah.
The only person who might contend would be Dahlian, and that's
Yeah.
he's gonna be. That's saying something too.
Is Pasternak Swedish?
No, he is Czech or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We gotta talk about Besser too, because he's a restricted free agent.
He's a restricted free agent, and apparently they're so far apart.
Really?
Yeah.
What are they offering? I thought I heard $6 million.
I think I heard around that too, 6.65.
Yeah.
Which.
And Besser wants more, which makes sense. I think he deserves more.
Basically, Nylander.
Who would you rather have, Nylander or Brock Besser?
I'd rather have Nylander because Nylander can play center.
Okay.
He can take faceoffs.
Yeah.
But they're very similar players.
Yeah.
I was.
Besser is just a pure goal scorer, though. Nylander can pass the puck.
I was thinking about trade possibilities between the Leafs and Vancouver, because Zaitsev's been rumored to go there.
Yeah.
And I came up with the potential of Quinn Hughes and Brock Besser for Marner and Zaitsev.
Oh boy.
You might have to throw in some picks.
Hell yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah, the Leafs would probably have to throw in a second rounder sort of thing.
I would do that. Quinn Hughes is left-handed though, but that's fine.
Okay, then you trade
Quinn
him
Hughes
up
is
for
Quinn Hughes. He's great.
Yeah, you trade him up for what? Olli Levy or something? I don't know who their right-handed defensemen are. Their prospects.
And then you're gonna save some money too. A lot of money.
You're gonna save
a ton of money.
3 to 4 mil.
More than that, because you have Zaitsev at 4.5.
Yeah.
And then Marner, whatever, he's gonna make 10.
Yeah.
So that's 14.
And then
Besser's gonna get 7. So you're saving $7 million.
Yeah.
Because Quinn Hughes is still on his entry level.
Yep. Exactly. And I don't see that being bad. You could even, if you made it a little bigger, Marner for Pedersen. Throw in Kapanen or Kadri.
This is too blockbuster.
I think the Leafs are gonna make a blockbuster deal this summer.
I don't know.
And I think not Vegas.
I wouldn't mind that just to clear up some cap space, but I just don't see it. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I'd love for it. I think that'd be really cool.
I could see them trading Kadri, but Kadri or Marner. But would you rather the offer sheet happen or them to trade Marner? Would you rather get the 4 first-round picks or get a forward and maybe a defenseman?
Well, it depends. Do you think you could trade Zaitsev 4 first-round picks for Besser and Hughes?
No.
Then you would rather a trade in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can get more, so if you could get 2 good right-handed defensemen for the 4 first-round picks, if you could get Spurgeon and Dumba for the 4 first-round picks, then you do that.
That's a high price. You could give away maybe 3 of those.
Okay, then in that case, the first-round picks are better.
And
it depends on the trade.
And then they could sign Gardner too, Minnesota.
Yeah, they could bring in Gardner. Spurgeon's a free agent this offseason, so you'll have to pay him.
And Dumba and Spurgeon are... Oh, no, Oh, yeah, they're both right-handed, right?
I think Dumba might be left-handed.
I'm
not sure.
They might both be right.
I don't know. I can't check on my phone because that's what we're using to record this. And
I can normally like think of guys in my head and just say if they're right-handed or left-handed like right off the top.
yeah,
I don't know.
think I looked at it last night because I was looking at their cap friend, like the Wild's cap friendly,
Yeah.
and I think Dumba was left-handed, and Spurgeon was right-handed.
I can't remember.
But I'm not 100% sure.
Dumba. He's right. Dumba is right-handed.
Dumba is right-handed.
Dumba is right-handed. I believe Spurgeon is right-handed too. So I think he's been in rumors with the Leafs before when they he's a right-handed defenseman as well.
Okay. Yeah, it depends on the trade. I'd be okay with them getting the offseason compensation and then making a trade.
Mm-hmm.
I'd also be okay if it was just a straight-up trade. It really depends on what you get. Could you trade Marner to Carolina and Marner and Kapanen for Aho and Pesci? There's some potential there.
Yeah.
Do they have the cap space to do it? Like, does Carolina have the cap space to do it? I don't know.
You could do that. Carolina, I think they have the cap space. Yeah.
Like, there's possibilities there, right?
Yep.
Like, there's no shortage of teams who would want Marner.
Oh, definitely not.
And there's no shortage of teams who would want any other RFA.
Yeah, what's gonna happen? This is a pretty crazy draft class, RFA class.
Yeah,
like, who's gonna sign first? And whoever signs first, the next guy's gonna want more.
Who's gonna sign first? I think it'll be Mikko Rantanen signs first, because
They just
Colorado has all of the cap space,
Yeah.
and they won't care what they have to pay him. They'll just pay
They're gonna
him.
get him. Yeah.
Um,
I think Braden Point's gonna be a tricky one.
Braden Point will be last, because they got to figure out how to unload some more contract money. Or maybe they don't.
Marner might be in the same boat though. Marner might be closer to the end as well.
Oh, Marner will be one of the last to sign for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because they could sign Point, because Callahan has that.
Did he retire?
Yeah, he had that degenerative back
So he retired.
issue. He is
Or is he
going on
LTIR?
LTIR.
Oh, okay.
Because he still wants to collect the money.
Okay.
Right? If you retire, you can't collect the cash that you're owed.
So yeah, that was a big contract.
Yeah, that was like $5 million. Unloading JT Miller was like $5 million.
True.
So that freed up about 10, but then they still have to try to re-sign Anton Strawman.
They're not going to.
They're not going to do that.
I think the Leafs should go get him if they have space.
I was going to say, with what cap space?
Like he's got to be cheap. He's got to be like $2 million.
No, he's going to be like 4 or 5.
Really?
Yeah. He's not a bad defenseman.
Is it because he's right-handed?
I can't remember if he's right or left.
He is right-handed.
I think he's left.
He's right-handed.
He's right?
Yeah.
So
I think.
I don't know.
I'll check.
It'd be a big ask to bring him back, because the Leafs used to have him, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see
He's
what
righty.
happens.
He's a righty.
He is right?
But he's old.
Yeah, he's like 32, isn't he?
No, older, I think.
Really? 34?
Like 36 or something.
No way. He's not that old.
Yeah, he is. I think so.
He was on the Leafs.
Oh, never mind. He's 32.
Yeah, 32.
Okay.
He was on the Leafs in what, like 09? Then we traded him, I think?
Yeah, I don't know what year.
Whatever. So yeah, the RFA situation is going to be really interesting. Whether it be Marner, whether it be Point, whether it be Rantanen, Aho, Bezer. Who else is an RFA?
Did you say
Barzal's
Kachuk?
next year.
Kachuk?
Line A. Line A. That's going to be a really interesting one. Except that's going to be a bridge deal.
Yeah, 5
That's
years
gonna be-
probably.
No, 3 years.
Really? 3 years?
I think it'll be 3 years at $6 million.
What? $6 million. That is cheap. That is very cheap.
He had a really bad year this year.
He will not take that. No.
will.
6? No. That's like half of what Matthews makes. I don't think he'll do that.
But it's on a bridge. Okay, 2 years then. $6 million.
I still think 6 is just too low. I think it has to be at least 7.
Okay, 3 years, 7 mil.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he'll still be an RFA, right? They aren't buying UFA years yet.
Right. True that, yeah.
So, it's going to be a really interesting contract negotiation because they also have Kyle Connor as an RFA.
Yeah. Someone could offer sheet him.
Someone could offer sheet him.
He's going to get like a...
Timo Meyer.
He's an RFA too.
He's an RFA.
There's so many good guys. Maybe the best decision is to let go of Marner and sign maybe Timo Meyer and Kyle Connor.
Potentially.
Actually, they're both left-handed though.
They're both.
But they do need
wingers.
they do need left wingers.
I think Meyer's a right winger.
Who?
Timo Meyer.
Meyer? He's left-handed though.
Maybe you can have him work on the left.
Maybe you
wing.
could have him. Yeah.
I know Connor's a left winger.
Yeah.
Great last name, by the way.
You never know. Yeah. You never know. Maybe it's better to get rid of Marner. I guarantee he's gonna sign though. I guarantee he's gonna sign with Toronto.
Yeah, I don't know if you listened to 31 Thoughts.
I didn't listen to it.
Okay, well, they're Friedman and Johnston. Johnson was on it because Merrick had something else he had to do. I'm worried about they said they were. I am, and they also said they're worried about the relationship between Marner and the team and his teammates. Because depending on how much Marner takes, could mean Janssen and Kapanen get paid
Less.
$200K less per year.
Which is a lot for them.
That's a lot of money. $200K is a lot of money, period.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
Yeah, I was listening to Dangle, and he was saying, like, he doesn't know what the difference is between $80 million and $88 million. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, come on, Mitch. That's not that much. You can make up for it in, like, advertisements in Toronto if you stay.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money no matter what, though.
$8 million is a lot of money.
Yeah, but $80 million is a lot of money, too.
Still, that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
you don't want to give that up. You want to get as much as you can, because then you can convert that money.
Yeah, but there's just so many other factors, though, like playing in Toronto, hometown kid, like I said, his team is really, really good. Yeah, there's just a lot of more opportunities in Toronto. I just can't see him leaving.
I can't either, but I don't think it's out of the question.
Yeah. I mean, if someone offers him $14 million,
I feel like
he might be tempted. He might be really tempted to take that.
I think he will take that, because he'd be stupid not to.
Yeah.
$14 million.
I know.
Per season.
Oh, God.
And that would be a long-term deal, too,
and
right?
someone actually might do that. No, it might be 5 years. That's what Dreger said.
5 years, $14 million.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, he'd get that's in.
What's he gonna get? What is he gonna get after that? Like 16 or 17?
Well, the TV deal is in 3 years, right? 2 years, 3 years. That's when the cap will spike, and all of a sudden, guys will be making 20 mil.
Yeah, 20 mil a year.
Like
Connor McDavid's gonna get like 25 mil.
He'll literally get that.
Yeah.
Like, we laugh and joke, but legitimately, Connor McDavid could get...
Did he sign a 8-year contract?
Yeah. 8 year, 12.5.
Yeah.
But that kicked in not last... Was it 2 years ago or last year?
Probably last year.
So he's got like 7 years left then.
7 years.
Yeah, he might come to regret that contract.
Yeah, well, I think the Oilers are kind of regretting that right now. They don't have the space to sign anyone else. It's just him. Just him and Draisaitl.
You just said the Oilers might be regretting signing Connor McDavid to a discount.
No, like right now. Like if the cap stays the same right now. Like heading into next year. Like like you said, like in like 7 years when that contract is done, that's a steal. That would have been a steal.
I don't regret signing Connor McDavid to $12.5 million. I'm
right
happy
now?
I didn't get him to 15 at 15.
That would have been crazy.
That would have been the max, and
Yeah.
he should have gotten the max, but he didn't. He got 12.5 instead because he took a discount.
I don't think that's a discount. 12
That
and a
is
half?
a discount.
$12.5 million.
Only $1 million more than Matthews
That's not. I don't think that's a discount.
to be
He's
the best
highest
player in the world.
He's the highest paid player in the world, though, by $1 million.
He's the best player in the world.
Yeah, so I think 12.5 is reasonable. 15? What? Matthews would get like 13 if Connor got 15.
That was the rumored 8-year price.
$15 million.
13 mil for Matthews.
13 mil. I don't know.
I
For
think
8 years. That's too much. I don't know. Right now I don't think the 12.5 is a discount. I think yeah, like right now the Oilers are just they're in a bit of a...
The Oilers put themselves in this issue, in this problem. Like, let's not pretend it's Connor McDavid's fault or Leon Draisaitl's fault for getting $8 million and 12.5. Those are good contracts at good value for the Oilers.
What's Draisaitl getting?
Like 8.5.
Yeah, 8.5. No, I think he might be getting 9.
I thought it was in the 8s.
I don't know, but that's a good contract.
That's a discount.
Yeah, that's good.
He put up what, like 40, 50 goals?
He got 50 goals. Yeah,
50 goals.
Yeah.
That's a really good discount.
Mhm.
But yeah, what did you think about that whole cap situation? The cap not being finalized until after the draft.
Yeah, I don't know what. Like, I think a lot of teams or management was expecting it to be higher, a lot higher, like $1 million and a half higher or something.
I was expecting it to be 82, 83.
Yeah, exactly. It was like it's 81 now, right?
81 and a half.
81 and a half. Yeah, I guess it just limited trades at the draft in some way because you don't know the final cap.
It limited teams' interest in PK Subban, which resulted in the Devils getting him at a discount.
Mm-hmm.
Getting him for absolutely nothing. What do you think of that trade?
Yeah, they literally got nothing.
They just fleeced him.
They just needed cap space because they're gonna sign Matt Duchene.
Yeah, that's sort of the way you have to look at the trade, I guess. Duchene, scrub, 2 seconds.
For cap space. Cap space is everything. And it's the same thing with the Marleau trade. Like, the Leafs traded a first-round pick, basically, to get rid of that Marleau contract.
Yeah, that was a pretty good trade.
Yeah, it was.
I think they did all
because that's a lot of money on his deal. 6.25?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.25.
Which will then get bought out.
Yeah, exactly, which will then get bought out. It was a good situation for the Leafs. And, I mean, that lottery protection thing is whatever. Like, why not just put that on? They're not going to finish. They better not finish in the top 10.
It's like the Ottawa protection.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, so who else is there going into free agency? Joe Pavelski.
Joe Pavelski's going to sign with Chicago, I think.
That's interesting.
Chicago, they're making moves.
Going from
Calvin DeHaan. That was a sneaky little move. He's a good player.
Yeah. He would have been a
and they got him for nothing.
Leafs.
Like Forsling, I think, or Forsberg.
Their backup goalie.
Yeah, Alex Forsberg, I think.
Forsberg.
And then I think Gustav Forsling or something.
Yeah, something like that.
That was a steal. He's good. And the Blackhawks drafted someone in the top 5 as well. I think they drafted was it Doc that they got?
Kirby Doc?
Kirby Doc?
Potentially. Or who was the guy who fell?
The Montreal Canadian guy?
Guy who sliced his Achilles.
No, I don't know.
Peyton Krebs, that's it. They didn't get Peyton Krebs. So yeah, it was Kirby Doc.
The guy who Montreal drafted, he's really good. He scored the most goals out of anyone in the draft.
Yeah, that was Peyton Krebs, right?
No, that wasn't Krebs. That was starts with the C.
Oh, Cole Caulfield?
Yeah.
Cole Caulfield's good. I'm surprised he fell that far.
I know. He's very good. That's what scares me now. Montreal's going to be
good.
Yep.
Their big issue, though, is going to be it's weird to say this, but the Price and Weber contract.
Yeah.
Because Weber's starting to deal with a little bit of injuries. And
Price as well.
Price is getting up there. Those could be a couple of rough contracts in a few years.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. What did you think of the Leafs draft?
I don't really know much about the players that they drafted. They drafted Robertson in the second
Nick
round.
Robinson.
I've heard that he's been pretty good, and he could have gone in the first round.
Yeah.
So That's good.
A
I
lot
saw like a few highlights on like the Leafs Instagram story. He looks like he can shoot the puck pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of teams had him, or a lot of draft boards had him first round, but then there were a few that had him second round.
Okay.
He's very young in terms of the draft class.
How old is he?
He was born September 11th. September 15th is the cutoff.
Oh wow.
So he's very, very young.
Very young.
He was also born premature, as well as I was. So I'll automatically like him for that. But yeah, it's just interesting to see how he's come this far. He looks like a good prospect. He's a left winger, which we need.
Yes.
18. He's got a wicked shot.
Yeah.
I heard he's like, if you ranked him out of like 8 or I can't remember what they were saying, but like out of 80, he had like a 70 shot.
Damn.
Which is really good. He doesn't have a hard shot, but its placement's great.
Mm-hmm.
He can do the little Matthews sort of
curl. Yeah.
Well, no, like how Matthews when
changes
he shoots,
the angle.
Changes the angle.
Yeah.
Like really quickly.
Yeah.
He's good at that. So that was a good pickup. They got a couple Korakov or something.
Yes.
Kokov, something like that. He sounds like an okay defenseman. Played in the SHL, I believe.
Okay.
Projected to be like 4 or 5 guy. Third
That's
round.
good.
That's pretty good in the third round. A couple other guys were young. Of course they're young. Like good young. Yeah, I think they had a pretty good draft. I saw somebody, I think it was on the NHL Network potentially, say that they had one of the better drafts.
Okay.
Even given the fact that they didn't have a first round pick.
Yeah.
And then, you saw the LA pick, Leafs that they used, like the Leafs pick.
Yeah.
LA made?
Who did they get?
Apparently a guy who's safe. He isn't like, he may not be that great, but it's a safe pick. Like he's probably gonna play in the NHL.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was listening to Dangle, and he was saying that the Leafs could have taken Robertson with that pick.
Yeah.
Like, they really liked him.
Yeah. Like, well, we don't know. They may have had him ranked that high. And they were shocked he fell that far.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, they had a pretty good draft. Getting rid of Marlowe, picking up Robertson, whatever. We'll know by, like, 2 years from now when he's tearing up the NHL.
What do you think's next? What do you think is next to come? Like, do you think they're going to sign Marner right now, or do you think they'll trade Zaitsev?
Oh, Zaitsev's good as gone.
He's gone.
Zaitsev and Brown.
First, Zaitsev gone, and Brown, yeah.
I think it'll be first Brown will go because they have an overabundance of forwards, especially a right wing. I think that'll automatically bang, and then I think it'll be Zaitsev.
Yeah,
and
I agree with that.
It'll be Brown to Vegas for
Miller,
or something.
Yes,
along
please.
those lines.
Yes, please. That'd be really nice. And then announce the Marner extension. Then the Kapanen and Janssen will be finalized. And then you got no cap space to do anything.
Yeah.
Other than trade Zaitsev for someone.
Well, if they trade Zaitsev and Brown, that's $6 million.
Yeah.
And you bring in another $3 million in Miller. Because that's what his contract's at.
So that's $3 million.
So yeah, you make $3 million space.
How much cap space do they have right now?
13.
Okay.
13,025. You're 16.4 for Janssen. 3.4 for Janssen.
Yeah.
3.2 for Kapanen. Adds up to around 6.4.
Yeah.
So that leaves you with around 10 mil.
Yep.
Marner.
There you go. 9.5. 9.5
gives you enough room to potentially bring in another defenseman.
No, not maybe. Yeah, like a very cheap defenseman.
Bring back Hainsey.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
I don't know if I even want Hainsey back though. If he was right-handed, I would have.
With our right side, I want Hainsey back.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, we're gonna have nobody at the beginning of the season on the right.
They're gonna have nobody anyways.
You gotta have someone. Like, someone's got.
If you put Riley with, you can't put Riley with Muzzin to start the year, or then.
No.
Oh boy, that bottom four is awful, especially with Dermott out.
Isn't bad. Rosen can play.
Yeah, he's a number 4 or 5 defenseman. Rosen.
That might be a little high.
A little high. Yeah, exactly. It might
like
be a bit.
5'6".
Yeah, like 5'6".
But like, he's good for what we need of him to do. He's just unproven is the issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll pick up somebody in free agency. Like again, we can go over the cap by what, like 10.5. Also, I don't know. We might have more than 13
Yeah.
because I don't know if Cap Friendly took into account Horton going on LTIR.
Oh, that's a big chunk then.
That's $5 million.
Yeah.
So we may have up to $18 million
That'd be great.
in space, which again you can't sign Marner for yet. Well, actually, I guess you theoretically could, or like sign Janssen and Kapanen yet. I don't know.
Can
you check that on Cap Friendly?
What
Horton's included.
what was I gonna say? Can Janssen or Kapanen still be offer sheeted, even though they basically have a deal in place?
Yes, but they won't accept it because they don't want to leave, right? The
Yeah.
reason they signed was because Dubas scared them into signing, saying, "I'm not just going to sign an offer sheet if it comes to my desk. If it's something I don't want to sign, I won't sign it. And you can have fun wherever that team you chooses."
But it's gonna be like what's the cost for like a 3.5 offer sheet? Is that like
it's
a
like
second round pick?
Yeah, it's like 2 to 6 or something. It's a second rounder, and then I know it goes first, second, third for just under 10.5, but I can't remember the cutoff for that. It's probably around 8.5, and then between.
Projected cap space is 13.5, so I guess that includes.
Does it have Horton on LTIR?
Let's see. Yes, it has him on IR, so I guess that's.
IR is different than LTIR.
Is it?
Yeah.
There's
so
no
IR counts against the cap.
There's no LTIR spot. There's just that.
I guess you can't have it in the summer, right?
It's a
Oh yeah, you can't have guys on LTIR in the summer. You have to put them on the first day of the season.
So I guess it doesn't count. So I
No.
guess it's 18.
Potentially, unless I don't know if they factored it in or not.
It says projected though, so maybe they're assuming that he's gonna go on
Horton,
LT.
I don't think Horton had been put on LTIR up until this season. And up until this offseason. I think they'd always had him on the roster.
Say it again. What?
So they didn't have him on LTIR counting removed from the cap.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm not 100% on this. I might be making it up. I might have misunderstood
I don't
where
know.
I heard it from. But I'm not sure if he's been on LTIR before. He might have been on IR, just not LTIR.
No, I think it was LT.
You think it was?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. We'll see we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah. I assume that doesn't include Horton because I feel like they'd have more room. Do the math. So you have 11 million Matthews, 22.5 with Tavares. Yeah, so 22.5.
Oh boy,
6.
math class here.
6.9 with
Nylander.
So that's
29.
29.3 sort of thing.
Yeah. Kadri.
Kadri 4.5. 29.3. 34-ish. Somewhere in the 34 range.
Riley.
Riley at 5.5.
No, it's in the fours. Isn't it in the
I thought it
four?
was
Or is it 5 flat? Let's just say 5.
Let's say 5. So 34, 39
Yeah.
ish.
It's like 40.
These aren't exact math.
Yeah, this is awful math.
Then Anderson at 5.
Okay, 45.
45. 44.
Yeah.
Because it was 39. 44. Moore,
Nothing.
900K, whatever, 700K. We'll go 45. Made a nice even number. 4.5 for Zaitsev. 49.5. Hainsey 2.5, but that comes off the books, so scrap that. Gardner off the books. Darmit 800K. So 4.5.8. 4.58. Then Sparks at 700K, which is 50.5. Who am I forgetting? We don't
Brown,
have Captain
Connor
Johnson
Brown?
yet. Connor Brown, 2.1.
And Hyman.
Hyman, 2.25. So that's 4.35 on top of 50 point, what was it, 50.8-ish?
Yeah.
Which is like 55-ish, somewhere around there. So who are we forgetting?
We've got to be forgetting someone. Gautier.
Gautier is like 675K.
So yeah, maybe it doesn't include Horton.
Yeah. Oh, Muzzin.
Oh.
4. You think it's 4 flat?
Yeah.
So that brings it up to 60-ish.
Okay. So it's about 18. Probably about 18.
About 18. Yeah. Because then you factor in another Mikheyev, who's 900K. So that'll bring you up to around 61. You'll factor in the makeup defensemen in Rosen and Borgman.
Right.
Say that's another $1.5 million. So yeah, it's around 18.
So yeah, it makes sense that Horton's not included in that 13.
Yeah.
I guess. Which is good. I like that. 18 mil in cap space, you can work with that.
Easily. Because you got, subtract 6.5 from that, right?
Because for Kapanen and
6.6.
Janssen.
Subtract 18, 6.6.
12.
No, 11.4. Marner at 10. So you have around $1 million, 1.4.
Yeah. I don't know. As a GM, though, would you like to just, keep it at 1.4 and then maybe at the deadline do something? I wouldn't do it right now. I wouldn't, if...
Well, cap it later in the season's different because I think it factors in the amount that's already been paid.
No.
Potentially.
I don't think so.
I might be wrong.
No way. I don't think so. No. I don't know. It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't?
I don't think so. William Nylander is going to get paid $10 million on July 1st. Straight up.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Straight up.
It's pretty good payday.
Yep.
Yeah, he's very bonus laden, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That fact that he just signed late in December, or December 1st, helped the Leafs a lot. People don't want to admit it, but the fact that it brought the cap hit for this year and down to 6.9 is huge. Because otherwise
What still would have been it?
in the 7s.
Why?
Because you have a higher cap penalty if they sign during the season. So his cap penalty in 2018-19 was 10.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
And then it goes down after that season to 6.9.
Yeah.
So he should be 7.5.
Well, even if he signed before the season, it still would have been 6.9, right? Why not?
Because the cap it is technically 7.5, but because they've adjusted it, because he signed late, it's now 6.9. And then...
Are you sure that's how it worked?
I think so.
Because I thought his contract would just be 6.9 flat.
Well, how much is he getting paid total?
Jeez, I don't know. All I know is 6.9. But I thought that penalty was just because he waited out so long. That's what got him 10 mil. I didn't think it would just even out, I guess, to 7 point something.
I think that's the way it works. Because I think it was 35 times 6.
35?
Does that make sense?
I thought it was just 6.9, but because he sat out, he got 10. I thought that's how it was.
Well, he didn't get 10. That's just the cap hit penalty.
Yeah, the penalty. Exactly, the penalty. I don't know.
I
don't think he was getting 7.5. No.
I think that's what he ended up signing for. It's
Really?
just that the Leafs are okay with paying him more money because they have bags and bags and bags of it.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think that's how it works. I'm not 100%. Who are the other free agents? You mentioned Timo Meier. What do you think a Rantanen contract looks like?
Rantanen, let's see. Well, he's probably gonna get, in terms of term, I don't know what he wants. I haven't really, Rantanen's a really good player.
Yeah.
He's a top line winger. and he's gonna play with McKinnon.
Yeah.
But the thing is, wingers shouldn't get paid as much as like a top line center. So like, and Marner's asking for Matthews money. Rantanen's realistically he should get about 9.5, like Kucherov.
Okay.
And I don't know if he'd want 8 years, maybe like 5 or 6.
I think he's gonna sign 8 times 9.
8 times 9.
Yeah.
I think he could get a bit more. I think he could get 9.5.
Potentially.
He had a breakout season.
Yeah. That's why I think the Avalanche might be a little bit more careful. Because who knows? He could be a one-season wonder.
That's
right?
true. That's true. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Are there any other free? We talked about Bobrovsky, talked about Panarin, Duchesne. We talked about a little bit.
Yeah.
Zingle.
That's an interesting one.
Because he played really well in Ottawa, but somebody's got to score on Ottawa, right? Somebody's got to score.
Yeah.
And then he sort of struggled on Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a classic $4 million overpay for a guy who's only worth like $1 or $2 mil?
I don't know about 1 or 2 mil. He might be worth like 4. I could see him worth like 4 mil. Like 4 times 4?
I guess.
Like he's better than Janssen.
Okay. I don't know. Because he's older, right?
Yeah.
So
not by much.
It'd be like 4 or 5 years. Or not 4 or 5 years. 3, 4 years?
Maybe, yeah.
'Cause
Janssen's 22?
24.
Oh, he's 24.
Kapanen's 22.
I think Dzingle's like 27? Yeah, I think he's 27.
Yeah, I guess. 4 mil. Open market.
Or maybe a 3-year deal.
He'll probably end up getting around
30.
5.
5?
Because it's open market free agency, and everyone always overpays.
Yeah, true. I don't know who's gonna go. I haven't heard anything about Dzingel. There's too many other guys. Is he restricted?
No, UFA.
UFA?
I think a team who swings and misses on Panarin, i.e. the Isle, are gonna sign like Dzingel.
Yeah.
If they don't sign Marner to an offer sheet.
Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy, crazy offseason.
We haven't had one like this in a long time.
Do you think there's gonna be an offer sheet?
I think there'll be an offer sheet on a lower tier RFA. So like a Kyle Connor.
Yeah.
Or a Timo Meier.
Or Aho, maybe.
I think they'll get Aho done.
Yeah? Apparently they're way off, though.
I feel like way off is a bit of an exaggeration. Like, I feel like it'll be $1 or $2 million.
That's a lot.
Realistically, for Carolina, though, that's not that bad.
So, I think I heard they're offering him $6 million.
Yeah.
And Aho thinks he's like 9. Like, he thinks he's like the real deal. Yeah.
I didn't see that.
I don't, like...
That could be an interesting player this offseason. Sort of someone everyone forgets about.
Exactly. And he was really good on Carolina. He was a big part of their team.
He's a center as well, right?
Yeah, I think he can play both, center and wing. For Aho, like... I think he's like an $8 million player. Okay. I think he's that good. 8 times 8?
Yeah.
But then, for a team that would offer sheet him, you'd have to give up like maybe a couple firsts.
Yeah, it would be like 2 firsts, a second, and a third.
Yeah.
Which, if you're the Leafs and you get 4 first-round picks for Marner,
do it.
You do it, yeah.
Or get someone else. Get Kachuk.
I think Calgary will get Kachuk done because we haven't heard anything about him.
Mm-hmm.
Although he was the exact kind of player the Leafs need.
Yeah.
Left winger.
Big gritty.
Gritty.
Size. He's good. And he's friends with Matthews.
Yeah, that too.
Even though Marner's friends with Matthews too.
Yeah.
Alright, so I think we should do like final prediction here.
Okay. We'll go through. Let's get RFA class.
Okay.
On your phone, like a list of them, and we'll just go through, predict their contracts. I think that could be interesting. And then we want to hear from listeners as well. Like, comment on the
if you're
YouTube
still
channel.
listening after this 3
hour,
I don't know how long it is.
It's been about 2 hours. Yeah, I think it's 2 hours almost exactly. So it should be around 2:15.
Okay,
2 hours
hold on.
15.
NHL's top. Okay, I got top 15. That's good.
You got top 15? Alright. And then we can do for UFAs as well, although it's kind of obvious where
UFAs.
the three big ones are going to end up.
Okay, so first we got from the Tampa Bay Lightning, Braden Point.
Braden Point. What's your prediction?
Let's not do term. Let's just do dollar value. Because term you can't really.
Well, the
You're not
thing
sure.
is, dollar value changes a lot with term.
That's true as well.
I think we should do term in years.
Term and okay, it's hard to predict.
Just
that,
to see how wrong we are.
Yeah, true. Okay, Braden Point. I think he's gonna get a 5-year deal, and I think it's gonna be for 9.75.
I think it's going to be 8 times 9.
Okay.
Tampa are going to wiggle their way out of this once again.
Okay.
For no good reason whatsoever.
All right. Second. Oh, and is that an offer sheet deal or a?
That's signed.
That's Tampa.
That's Tampa.
Okay, mine's Tampa as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, mention if it's an offer sheet.
All right, got it. All right. Second. This might be an offer sheet. Mitch Marner.
Okay. I think he will get 11 offer sheet by the Islanders.
11 times.
Oh, 11 times. I don't know. Can you offer 8 years?
I think so.
Even though it's an offer sheet? Because technically, you can only offer 8 if it's their property.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why the Leafs didn't give Tavares 8. They gave him 7.
Oh. Oh, okay. So maybe 7.
So I think it'll be like 11.25 times 7.
11.25. Okay, so a bit lower than Matthews got.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. I think. So my opinion is that Marner's going to be offered something like that.
Yeah.
But he's not going to take it, and he's going to sign with the Leafs. I'm going to say at 10 mil flat for 6 years.
So he's going to take $1.5 million discount.
Yeah, correct. To stay in Toronto.
To stay in Toronto,
Yeah.
even though. Okay.
Yep.
That's bold. That's bold.
It is bold, but I think he really wants to stay here.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that happening.
All right. Sebastian Aho.
This is an interesting one.
Yeah.
This is one where I think he gets underpaid.
Mm-hmm.
This is one where I think he gets 8 times 8.5.
He had 8 times 8.5. Okay, what did I said 8. No, I said 8 mil. I'll say 8 times 8.
8 times 8?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that happening as well. Carolina getting
It's
a bit of
basically
a
the same
discount.
thing, yeah.
Is the state tax... Actually, state tax doesn't matter. Forget about that.
Okay, next we got Mikko Rantanen. I think I just said... I might be lying here. I already said my prediction. I forget what I said.
I'm going 9 times 8.
9...
I'm going
like
9...
as in 9 mil times 8 years?
Yes, well, you can't offer 9 years.
Oh, true. What am I saying? Yeah.
I think he's getting 9.25 times 8.
9.25 times 8. I forget what I just said.
I do too.
I think I said 8. I think 9.5 times 8. I'm pretty sure I said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we agree.
Okay, Matthew Tkachuk.
Matthew Tkachuk. This is interesting because you don't really heard anything. You don't really know what his
Yeah.
ask is.
He might get a bit underpaid.
I think he's going to get 7.5 times 8.
Yeah. I agree with that. 7.5 times 8.
Because left wingers are a little bit more valuable than right wingers. Because I feel like there are less of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that one. What's next? Timo Meyer.
Timo Meyer, 6 times 6. I think he's getting a Carlson deal.
6 times 6.
Or Carlson was times 8, 8 times 8, but I think he's going to get 6 times 6. I don't know what makes
I'm
me
gonna
think
like
that, but
6.5 times 4. I think he might
Bridge
want a bit
deal.
less term. Yeah,
okay.
he's gonna bet on himself a bit.
You know what? No, 6 times 5.
6
Because
times
I think
5.
he's going to want to go the same year Matthews and Nylander go.
Yeah.
Because teams are going to swing and miss on them, and he'll get overpaid.
Yeah,
So he'll be the...
that's good too.
Who was it last year that everyone swung and missed on Tavares and then signed someone else?
I forget. All I remember is Tavares.
Yeah, same.
Okay, Brock Besser.
6.9 times 6.
I'm going to go a bit higher. I'm going to say 7 times 5.
7 times 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm saying a lot of 6
This list, where is everyone? Jeez, there's no line there. They have... there we go. Okay. Next, we got Charlie McAvoy, which is an interesting one.
I forgot he was an RFA.
I did not know.
That could be a huge pickup for the Leafs. I think he's
But no. Yeah, you know what? If they let Marner go, Charlie McAvoy
and Kyle Connor or Timo Meier? Oh,
yeah.
That could be crazy. Okay.
I like McAvoy. I hate McAvoy on the Bruins, so I'd love him on the Leafs.
He's going to sign a 7 times 5 with the Bruins.
7 times 5.
Or
yeah, or
7
like,
times 4.
No, maybe like 5 times 5. I think I'll go 5 times 5.
That seems a little low to me. Right-handed
Little
defenseman, young.
That's true, you know. I'll stick with what I said. 5 times 5. Jacob Trouba, who recently just got traded.
7 times 6. Or no. 8 times 8.
8 times 8. Wow.
Because he wants to be in New York.
Okay, I'll go 8 years, but I'll say, he's right-handed too. I'll go 7.5. 7.5 times 8. Kyle Connor.
6.5 times. No, that's too much. 5 times 3.
Wow. 3 years.
Yeah, because they have cap issues. Or Winnipeg have cap issues. And I don't think they can sign him and Laine to big contracts.
5 times 3. Yeah, I could see something like that, like 5 times 3 or 5 times 4. I'll say like 5.5. Why not? Times 4.
Okay. Yeah.
What does this guy say? He says Nikolai Ehlers is worth $6 million. What's Kyle Connor worth?
It's true.
Who would you rather take, Ehlers or Connor?
On the Leafs, I'd rather have Connor.
No, just like in general, like if you had your own team. I think Connor.
I think I'd go Ehlers.
Yeah?
I don't know. Depends. Actually, I'd go.
I think Kyle Connor's more of a goal scorer.
Connor because there are less left wingers.
Ehlers is left-handed too. I think he could play left wing.
Okay, maybe.
I don't know.
thought he was a center right wing.
No, he's not center.
No.
Okay, we got Patrick Laine. And you thought 6 times 6 or something.
I thought 9 times 3.
I thought you said $6 million. You said $6 million early on.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, actually, 9 times 2 seems a lot. I think 6.5 times 3.
Yeah, I think that's what you said. Yeah. No, I think he's gonna get at least. I think he's gonna get 8. I think he's gonna get 8 times 5, and he'll be due when Matthews is due.
I don't think he'd take that. Is my.
You don't think he would take that?
Because I think he wants to bet on himself on a 3-year, and then get paid. Like Subban did.
I guess. Yeah, maybe. Oh, this is an interesting one. Jordan Binnington.
5 times 5.
Nah, that's too much. That's too much. I'll go like
5 times 8.
I'll go no. Wait, what? 8-year contract.
Something like that, yeah.
No.
I think St. Louis is gonna overpay crazy on him.
No, I'm gonna say 3.5 mil for 4 years. I'll say something like the Matt Murray deal.
I'm gonna change mine to 3 times 2.
3 mil in 2 years? Yeah, exactly. Something like that.
Yeah, I think they'll do a bridge to see if he's a real deal.
Mm-hmm. And also, I think Binnington would want to do that as well.
I think he'd like a big payday, but...
Yeah, well, like I said, I don't think the Blues are going to offer him that much, though. Like, he had one good half season.
Yeah.
He had a terrific half season, but it's only a half season.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, Zach Werenski.
Zach Werenski, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
He's the defenseman, right?
Yeah.
That could be a name the Leafs could go after as well. 5 times 6.
Yeah.
No, 5 times 4.
5 years, you mean? 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years, 4 mil.
I think he's going to get a bit more than that. Probably like
Actually, no, you're
probably like
right.
4 times. Like 4 times 6. 4 years, 6 mil.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
He'll get more than that because they're going to lose Panarin and Bobrovsky. They
Mm-hmm.
need to keep a well-known name.
This is a weird one that they have on here. David Riddick.
David Riddick, that's actually an interesting one.
His cap hit right now is $800K. I think he's going to get $900K.
I think he'll get 2 mil.
2 mil, really?
2 mil times 2. 2 times 2.
I think...
3 times 2. I think he'll get the same contract that Brian Elliott will get.
Yeah? Yeah, I think he might get a bit lower than that. Just a bit lower than Elliott.
Potentially, I guess because he's an RFA.
Elliott got 2 mil, right? 1 year 2 mil? Or 2 year... What did he get?
It was like 1 year 2 mil.
Yeah, 1 year 2 mil. So I think Riddick will get 2 years, like 1.5 or 1.75 or something like that.
Okay.
Then Kevin LeBanc on San Jose.
1 year, 1 mil.
No, he's gonna get more than that.
I think he'll do a bet on himself.
I'll say 3 times 3.
I don't like that contract for him because Jumbo Joe's going to retire soon.
Yeah,
And he'll be able to take that money.
that's true.
I think he'll... Actually, 3 times 1.
3 times.
1 year, 3 mil.
Yeah, yeah. I think Jumbo Joe said that he's gonna like play, like till he's like what 45 or something. He's gonna try and play.
Wants to, but he's already torn his ACL.
Yeah.
Like,
Well.
you want to do UFAs quickly and then wrap this up?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we'll do another show. Maybe
I think we
wanna-
should.
do one after free agency once I get back from
Like sometime in August.
college.
Sometime in August.
I was thinking more mid-July. After
Mid-July?
free agency sort of
Okay,
kicks
yeah.
around, and then August talk about preview seasons, I guess. That might work.
Yeah. And then hopefully we get a show in September.
Yeah, hopefully.
The Jays lost 8-7.
What a surprise. Did Biagini lose it?
I don't know. Boy.
Yeah, we could change the format up a little bit. We could try to do like 2 podcasts a week. One where we record a normal one, like we just talk about sports, and another on the radio show to sort of differentiate ourselves, where we like debate a topic or we go into detail on something.
Like more specific.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like,
sure, we can do something like that.
I don't know, like say we
If we have the time.
we like deep dive into the offside rule in the NHL, or goaltender interference, or in MLS targeted allocation money,
Mhm.
or MLB the netting, stuff like that.
Yeah. Or just like something specific.
Yeah.
Like a trade or something.
Yeah, we'll just sort of deep dive into something
Yeah.
and might be able to differentiate ourselves, guarantee we get a show if we change it up a little bit, but
Yeah.
we still do like 2 a week.
Maybe, yeah, we can see, yeah. Or
We'll
we
talk.
might need a new name too, right?
Yeah, we were debating a new name. Give us some suggestions if you're still listening.
Yeah.
Like 2.5 hours in. Yeah, like 2.5 hours in.
There's no way. There's no way people are still listening.
Yeah.
I'll be listening, so hello.
We'll throw out on Instagram maybe. We'll make a post
Maybe.
saying we're contemplating doing a couple changes. Do you guys have any suggestions
Yeah.
as to what we could do?
Yeah.
Sounds-
Exactly. That sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up here with some UFA
Yeah.
talk. We're going to give our predictions here.
Yep.
So, the big fish is Artemi Panarin.
Florida, 7 times 9.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, sure. I'll agree with that one. Matt Duchene, who looks like he's gonna be headed to Nashville.
I'm going to change my Panarin one to 7 times 9.5.
Yeah,
And I think Duchesne will sign for the same.
9.5. What's Duchene getting right now? Duchene's only getting 6 mil right now. Huh.
Something is happening.
It's like
Dogs
a
are going
dog chase
crazy
or
right
something.
now.
Duchene.
Duchesne, I think I just said 7 times 9.5.
Oh yeah, you did right.
To the Predators. We should
Right.
clarify teams. Panarin definitely going to Florida.
Yes.
Like, I don't think there's any question at this point. Same with Duchesne.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think Duchene's gonna get like 5 times 8.5. Something a bit lower.
Oh, yeah, potentially.
He's only getting 6 right now.
Yeah, he's
I
just
don't know.
a center, and they're very valuable. And
True. That's true.
Nashville needs centers desperately.
All right, Sergei Bobrovsky. He's probably gonna get overpaid.
9.5 times 7.
So the same as
I think
Panarin.
they'll get the same
Yeah,
contract. Because they have the same agent, I think.
Sure. Yeah, sure. I'll go with that one too.
Again, with Florida.
Yeah, with Florida. Then Joe Pavelski. Tough one. He's 34.
San Jose, 5 times 8.
Whew. I'm gonna go.
And I'm saying 5 years, 8 mil.
I'm gonna go Chicago.
Do they have the cap space?
Apparently.
Okay. Maybe Chicago then.
And I'll go 3 years, 7 mil.
I agree with that. I see 5 times 8 with Chicago.
5 times 8. So more years. More
Yeah,
term.
because they love overpaying their stars.
The thing is, he's already 34, though. I don't know if they'd want to go up till he's 39. And Pavelski might want another contract. I don't know. Tyler Myers.
7.5 times 7 with Vancouver.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, but it's what is.
I'll go 6.5 times 5 with any team but Vancouver. I don't think Vancouver's going to get him. I don't know who.
They're the front runners.
I know, but I don't see it. I don't know why they would want him. Because they're not going to contend. So any other team.
Okay.
Jake Gardner. How long is this list?
7.5 times 7 with the Wild.
7.5 times 7. Yeah. I'll go 7 times 7. Next we have. Who do we have? We have Anders Lee. He's gonna get a raise. He's only getting 3.75 right now.
6 times 6 with the Isle.
He's 28. 6 times 6 with the Isle.
7 times 6.
7
7
times
mil, 6
6
years with the Isle because they'll miss on Panarin. And it'll be too late for them to sign an 8.
So wait, 7 times 6 is in 7 years or 7 mil?
7 mil.
7
6
mil.
years. How old is he?
28.
28.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I'll say like 6.5 times 5 years.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have Anton Strawman.
5 times 3.
5 mil.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go.
What team? What team needs defensemen other than the Leafs?
It's probably a lot of teams looking for a right-handed defenseman. He's not re-signing with Tampa.
Trying to think.
He's making 4.5 right now.
You know what he's gonna get?
What?
6 times 2 with Ottawa.
6 times 2 with Ottawa.
He'll be like a role model to
Huh.
what's his
Yeah,
name?
Shabbat.
Brandstrom and Shabbat.
Okay.
We haven't gotten to Cody Cece yet, have we?
No. I don't know about Ottawa. I don't really know what team he's going to go to, but I'll say it's probably going to be around 4.5 again. Actually, he's probably going to want a bit of a raise. I'll say like 4.75 times 3 years somewhere.
Okay.
Robin Lehner. He's a UFA.
5 times 8 with the Islanders.
8 years. 8
Yeah.
years.
He's got something good going.
I'll say
with the
5
Islanders.
times 5. I don't think it's going to be 8. 5 times 5. With the Islanders.
I don't think he wants to leave is the thing.
Yeah?
With his whole mental health stuff, he's sort of happy.
5 years is a long time, though.
I think he wants.
I don't know if he'll be
guarantee.
offered to 8 years. He's 29.
Potentially, he might.
Oh,
Take
sorry,
a
he's
discount.
27.
He might take a discount like 4 times 8.
All right, we got Gus Nyquist now.
That's an interesting one. That's someone who gets overpaid after Panarin gets taken by, like, the Sabres.
I'll say like 5 times 5.
I was thinking 7 times 5.
7. I don't see that, but
7 mil, 5 years. That's going to be a contract
just
that
too
comes
much, I
back to
think.
bite someone.
yeah, for sure. I'll still go 5 times 5. Ryan Dzingel, who's currently has a cap hit of 1.8.
4 times 3 with name random team.
Yeah. Like the Islanders.
Yeah, Islanders could be a fit, but they got to save room for Barzal next year, next offseason.
I could see him re-signing in Columbus.
I think there's more picks involved though if he re-signs in Columbus.
Oh, that's true.
And I don't
Because of
think
the trade?
Yeah, I don't think Columbus will want to do that.
Okay. Well, I'll go like 4 times 4. I'll go with the Islanders as well. Maybe 4 times 5. 5 mil.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
Zuccarello.
Huh. 5.5 times 3 with the Stars.
Yeah, I think he was good on Dallas. I think they'll re-sign him.
And I think, well, that means they give up a first-round pick to
Oh,
the Rangers.
the Rangers.
As part of that deal.
That's
So-
fine. That's fine. Because it's going to be a late pick.
Potentially, it could be early, depending on who they draw.
I don't know. No, I think they'll make the playoffs, Dallas.
No, like they'll make like it could be like 15, 16.
Maybe. I don't
And
know.
who knows if Bishop doesn't play like
That's
he
true.
did, if Ben or Sagan get hurt.
I like where Dallas is going though. I think they're a good team. I'll say. What do you? I said I'll say 5.5. 5.5 times 4 or something with Dallas. Then we got. Oh, is that it? Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Let's do one more. I can pick
Cody
one.
Cece.
I can pick one. Sure. What is Cody Cece gonna get
6 times 4.
with Ottawa? 6 times 4 with Ottawa.
6 mil, 4 years.
6
Because they gotta pay
Yeah,
someone.
6 times 5, something like that.
Who are they gonna pay? They gotta hit the 4.
Yeah, true. They gotta get it. Yeah. Okay, let's do one more. Let's say, if anyone signs him, Dion Phaneuf.
1 times 1. Or 1 times 2.
1 times 2, yeah. Short. Yeah, maybe 2 times 2. Yeah, something like that.
If he's lucky.
Yeah.
Watch him end up on Ottawa again. Oh my! He's
Watch the
gonna end
Leafs.
up on Ottawa.
Watch the Leafs
No.
pick him up.
Leafs. He would never sign with the Leafs.
Yeah, definitely.
He's
not.
learned his mistakes.
Yeah.
He's going to Ottawa.
There's a bunch of depth defensemen though that the Leafs could pick up like for very cheap. I think I saw like Bortuzzo
yeah.
if they wanted him.
Bortuzzo could be a good pickup.
Hainsey, Mark Mathot would be too expensive. Derek Englund is not very good.
Mathot's expiring. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that.
Andrew McDonald, who the Flyers I think bought out. Ben Lovejoy, that would be a nice ad for the Leafs. Ben Hutton is a free agent. Ben Hutton.
Yeah, because he isn't getting an offer from Vancouver.
Michael Furland is a free agent too.
Yeah. I forgot about Furland. What do you think Furland's going to get?
I think he'll get a decent contract, maybe like 4 or 5 mil.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. I could see him being the Patrick Maroon this year.
Michael Furland? Just signing somewhere cheap? Patrick Maroon is a free agent as well. I think he's going to re-sign in St. Louis 100%. 100%.
3 mil 1 year?
No, I think he wants a bit of term. I think he wants to stay in St. Louis now. Maybe like 2 or 3 years.
3 mil 3 years?
Or like 2.5.
2.5,
yeah,
3 years?
Something like that.
Could see it.
Yeah.
Wayne Simmons, where do you think he's going to go?
Wayne
finally?
Simmons?
And with a Toronto boy on a Toronto-based podcast.
Where do I think Wayne Simmons will go? If Philly has cap space, I think he goes to Philly.
Okay. That's...
Because I think he really liked it there, and his teammates really liked him there too. For cheap, I think he was getting paid a lot, so I think he'll have to drop that price a bit.
I don't.
No,
I think he's
more
7 times 4 with Minnesota.
7 mil.
7 mil 4 years with Minnesota.
Yeah, the Leafs ain't getting that. The Leafs ain't getting him.
Unless no one offers him any money, and
I was thinking like 4 mil. I was thinking less.
I think
he might be the Patrick Maroon.
That's what I thought when I saw that he likely wouldn't resign with Nashville.
Yeah.
But then I saw Minnesota's interested, and I immediately thought
he's gonna get paid.
That's an overpay right there.
Maybe. Yep.
Well.
Okay.
It's been good. First podcast since like the last week of school, June 26th. It's probably gonna be like 2:45.
Yeah.
Long. It's gonna be a long podcast. Mm-hmm. If you made it this far, congratulations.
If you've made it this far,
I applaud you.
What should they do? If they've made it this far,
like, subscribe, and comment.
Here. If you've made it this far, just like message one of us and say something. Say I made it. Say I made it.
I made it, and we'll have them on. How's that?
And
if they
we'll
want.
have you on if you want. Sure.
Yeah, that's your reward.
All right. We look forward to getting no messages.
Yep. Apart from probably my grandparents, who won't want on.
No, wait. They cannot be listening. I don't know. We'll see.
Not,
unless you skip to the end and then you're just catching this part.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Whatever. Thank you for listening. Like the video, comment on it, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
We're at like 7 subscribers, which.
Yeah, we'll pick it up closer to next year. We'll try and get more people and make it grow bigger.
We'll probably do another before school starts again. But until then, go TFC tonight.
Yep.
Hopefully they take the dub, which they won't.
Jays lost.
Jays lost again. Leafs hopefully re-sign Marner.
Yep.
Raptors, come on Kawhi. We're NBA champions, baby.
Yep.
And
I think we're going to take you out to some Gloria.
Gloria, yeah, because we forgot to mention St. Louis Blues.
St. Louis Cup champions. St. Louis.
Beating Boston.
Ryan O'Reilly.
So yeah, enjoy Gloria for however long, so this video gets copyright striked. And
just for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.